my stream is back. And hopefully... Yes, okay. And, do I have to restart stream together? Here, I'll just hit the refresh button. That should do it. Yes, join the call. Thank you. Yep, you might. Yep, we're good. Oh. Sorry, guys. Yep.
Doesn't really pay much mind to lost disappointment. So Lass brings Paint back to his bike and drives the drunken dog back home. The day
Mic
of the
randomly
meeting.
muted itself. Okay, I guess my stream's junk today.
Oh no.
Continue. I'm just gonna be grumpy over here.
Oh. Hugs. Anyway, the day of the meeting arrives. Lost awakens to a knock at his door. He gets up, leaving Paint in their own room to handle their hangover as he goes to see who's at the door. Arson is standing there, with a clipboard. Cautiously, Lost greets Arson. This is a bit of an odd thing, as Arson has a petition to be signed. At the top of the petition says, Ministry of Chaos. And apparently Arson is the new representative of Chaos and Twilight. As he tries to address the Paladin's confusion, he pulls out an auspicious-looking book, mentioning something about being told he should do this legally, but also spontaneously. Since he wants to needs to make sure he does things that are outside of the Council's predictions and control to keep things lively. There is a pregnant pause as Lost considers his options here, staring almost blankly at Arson for a good while. When Lost asks where Arson obtained the book to contact the Proteans that apparently deputized him, the cheery fellow says he doesn't know. This is honestly quite believable. He takes his time getting clarifications about Arson's limitations before he signs, rather calmly telling the Agent of Chaos that if he becomes too great a problem, he will happily solve him. Then shuts the door with a vaguely ominous threat, then goes to make breakfast. Next is Fret, who opens his door to see Arson partially undressed, holding out the clipboard. The Kitsune dances at him before taking said clipboard. He is baffled to see Last Lost is the very first signature on the petition, and chooses to sign himself. In fact, everyone besides Paint, who cannot because he is hungover, signs the petition that Arson is toting around. When it gets to Volt, Arson finds the good doctor is more than okay with doing the surgery. In fact, Arson strips down and flops on Volt's table, telling him to surgery me, baby. Unperturbed, the pragmatic scientist signs and then goes on to perform potentially painful enhancement surgery on Arson. Doing surgery on a soul is very different. He gets to put organs where organs aren't. It's nice he doesn't need to worry about nicking arteries, though. But Arson does still want his bones back to put another skeleton in his closet. He has 3 so far. Volt does not question this. And now, Arson can go on to bother everyone else in the city, including Axley, who is the representative of law. Axley will be the last signature he goes for, and Axley will rather hate Arson. Fragment Not Found go about a few errands and Hass before their meeting in the relative afternoon. Fred, in particular, shows up at the lab to visit Dr. Volt, able to enter with no trouble at all. The pair convene, the Kitsune waving stacks of paper with graphs and topography at the good doctor. Past the brief confusion, Fred does his best to explain he's scrapped going for a uniform unit of measurement, instead going for a system that tracks the probability of a location. Multiple of his papers are scrawled with things like waveform curves. Volt has no issue understanding what would otherwise be an absolute nonsense jargon mess. It is essentially an attempt to quantify the average quantum superposition of locations in a relative reality. In layman's terms, the capability to map out infinity. In other words, he's figured out how to map out Minecraft chunks.
Now to find the far lands.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Look, I only just realized that now, and I think it's funny. The only reason it takes Volt any extended amount of time to handle the calculations is because most of the notes are effectively napkin math, cobbled together by his teammate and colleague. At some point during this meeting, Lost arrives to acquire the sidecar that Volt has crafted for Canvas. He chooses to ignore all the strange math and the unconscious Arson on the lab table. Appreciative of the sidecar, he goes to wheel it out when Volt stops him, asking about whether or not they'll be paid for saving the city. Holding up a hand, the Paladin states he doesn't have any official capacity to handle that, but they can bring it up during the meeting. Meanwhile, Shoal works on shoring up his personal skills while he goes about making money before said meeting. When Arson gets up to leave, Fret gifts him bandages of rapid recovery to accelerate his healing after the surgery. Arson nearly leaves without his clothes, staggering out disheveled, leaving behind an amount of Arson soul stuff for Volt to do things with. The final project of the day for Volt is to make some wings for a Dextrol. He manages a rough prototype that doesn't provide flight capabilities, but will do for aesthetics. When the time arrives, Fragment Outfound gather at Recaller's HQ. On checking in, they are directed to a room where Director Untheim is. Wow, I'm reusing words multiple times in a single sentence. This is bothering me. Where Director Untheim is, surprisingly in casual wear today. That one has been freed of his straitjacket and is sitting patiently at the meeting room table with his hands folded. Arabean sits off to the side, looking at the other two awkwardly. Untheim brings the meeting to order, thanking everyone for breaking his forced vacation for this, and that he will touch upon the city saving things later. To start, he asks how Fragment managed to properly strike the Unraveler they fought against. Raising his hand, Lost explains he saw that abilities that allowed them to strike incorporeal creatures seem to function against Unravelers. This confuses Untheim, who claims that such things previously seemed ineffective, so it must be something else. Fred gestures emphatically at Volt, who ponders this quandary. Past the usual boons, there is something that comes to mind. Looking upon the number on the back of his hand, the good doctor seems to realize something. Fred raises his hand, prompting Untheim to explain that since this is a meeting, one does not need to do that as long as they aren't speaking over each other. Highly amused by this, Fred puts his hand back down, then gestures back at Dr. Volt. Volt proposes that visiting another realm that quantified the team's otherwise lost time may be to blame. He raises his hand again, this time manifesting a number on the back of it. Untheim is confused. That one is that one, and Arabean groans and says that that's god magic. Not in that tone of voice. The statement further confuses and befuddles Untheim, who is increasingly indignant over the assertion that Fragment left reality at some point recently. Which we did. I don't know why this surprised him. Shoal shrugs and nods along with what Arabean says to confirm. Pulling out his sitar, Fret uses prestidigitation to write the air, asking if Untheim would like a pass. As nice as that would be, he'd rather know what portion of the spell or magic imbued into those marks allows Fragment to attack the Unravelers. Because once that is figured out, Arabean can give it to the Recallers. Holding out his hand, Fret makes a motion as though to get a fist bump from Arabean. Unfortunately, Era cannot leave Twilight, lest it collapse. Sighing and rubbing his temples, Untheim grumbles about not being told things. Oh, I know how Untheim feels.
Mm-hmm.
That one cheekily replies because then Untheim would put rules in place. Left in a tough position, Untheim states he would appreciate the team finding an answer as to what specifically does this before they go sending other Recallers to another realm. Volt notes that it sounds like a field trip is in order, which is basically it. Which means the meeting is over and Untheim has to go on vacation again. Fret raises a hand asking what the saving the city thing does for them. Apparently, the counselor is still filling out paperwork and figuring out how to charge surveillance. What has happened is clearly not what was expected to happen. Most organizations didn't know how to respond to the situation. There isn't even really a court system at the moment. The council are afraid to ask lawyers to get involved, understandably. but Untheim has washed the Recallers' hands of the situation. The Recallers are not guardsmen. It is not their duty to handle. However, Untheim states the Recallers may have new duties sooner rather than later. It has been confirmed that Surveillance has made many deals with outside entities that want things inside Twilight. Entities willing to work together to get what they want. Which means that while Twilight is currently safe from within, it would be prudent to deal with the outside issues before they come to the realm's doorstep. Erebaean specifically being called out as not being overly helpful. To which Era reminds that he cannot leave the realm and he needs the cough here. Having a sudden look of epiphany, Fred pulls out the bottle in a bag that he received from Whispers and gives it to Erebaean. The takeaway from this meeting is that Untheim wants to know what about the magic Fragment is marked with allows them to fight the Unravelers. After that, they can discuss handling the outside threats more directly. He doubts the outside entities will launch an assault anytime soon, as their pawn has just been captured. They can discuss any entity hunting later, after Fragment return. But of an important note, Fred says he does not believe Fragment are strong enough yet to deal with, well, all of the things. Untheim sighs, saying that all this is a work in progress. After they can handle the magic situation, it may well be that the Council provides them new offers and orders, as well as mandatory vacations they don't want. While the Kitsune tries to insist on sharing the passes, Untheim prefers this be refrained from being spread. Lost sternly reminding Fred of this when he attempts to insist on the director again. At this point, he asks if there are any other things worth talking about. Paint attempts to ask for Blizzard, last having to explain the whole situation and Paint's impatience. After which he asks Untheim if he could get some assistance in helping train Canvas for combat, since he will be away for an extended period of time. Untheim asks Fragment to handle the Bazaar Mark business within the next few days, and sighs, resigned to return to his vacation. Untheim goes to leave, that one only leaving after Erebaean makes him. Speaking of the Unforgotten, Lost stops him, asking for a private meeting later. While he agrees, the dragon seems mildly put off by the request. Volt takes this opportunity to ask if they can establish a station at Twilight if it can prove the benevolence of the Bazaar. It's something to consider, but that's a bridge to be crossed when they get to it. As far as the team know, the Bazaar just takes their wasted time to use as currency. Air is skeptical, and rightly so, especially when the only motive that the others can come up with is capitalism? Shrug. Fred muses that it seems like divine entities have infinite black cards they can use to spend on things. The whole Bazaar seems well above Era's head, and he does his best to leave, vaguely amused by the fact Lost found someone in the Bazaar, which is a whole thing in and of itself. Poor Erebaean getting slowed in his egress by his favorite Recallers continuing to talk about things. When Era has left, Shoal addresses last, asking if there's a way to move his boathouse. The boathouse. I can words. Good grief, 8 more pages. In reply, the Paladin notes that the layout of the city is Erebaean's domain, but if it's within the same district, position is relative. It's not something he's particularly well versed in. However, the subject excites Fred, who'd love to use it to test his hypothetical guidance system. Meanwhile, Volt briefly ruminates upon the idea of Wandermeal that is not a crime against food. Not adding food to Wandermeal, he wants to make Wandermeal good?
Wants to make Wandermeal food.
Wandermeal, if you will. Lost leaves, not wanting to attend this conversation. Shoal also leaves, wanting to use his imagination to move his boathouse, which is manageable, but it requires him to physically move his stuff to the new location. Paint, meanwhile, follows Lost out of HQ and bites onto his hand, tugging him along somewhere. While Lost doesn't resist, he gets dragged off to a flower shop. An actual flower shop this time. The wild dog wanders to and fro across multiple districts before dragging his steed to the verdant markets in the shop Petite's Petunias. Last allows himself to be dragged in, noting that the flowers are all interesting color choices. The Numa shopkeeper is rather small, using magic to do an arrangement. Lost is dragged up to the counter, confused by this sidetrack. Paint sends an image of a big bouquet of flowers, and when questioned about this, sends an image of dog Arabane. Sighing, the Vapor Cat allows this to happen, tired of fighting. When asked what sort of flowers he should get, Paint thinks, then sends an image of roses with extra thorns. An odd choice, but he won't resist. Last steps up, waiting for the shopkeep to finish her work. She turns, asking what she can get for them. Before Lost can open his mouth, Paint has already sent the image to the lady. She assumes he'd like a dozen. Paint shakes his head, but Last insists at just a dozen. The paladin pays a seal, only getting the basic wrapping and ribbon in spite of Paint's attempts to grab a fancy vase and ribbon. In spite of Last's basic purchase, Paint puts more seals on the counter. Rather than argue, the cheeky paladin shadow ports away with his floral prize. Confused, the wild dog takes his coinage back and looks around for his stead. When he cannot find his paladin, he decides to go back to the bar again. Back at the lab, Volt continues to computate the quantum superposition mathematics. Meanwhile, Fret confides in Shoal he is thinking of sneaking off to spend a little time with his patron. Shoal seems fine with this, following the fox as they head out to Threshold. There they espy Arson following Axley, mimicking the prospective councilman's steps nigh exactly. It takes an immense amount of willpower, but the Kitsune manages to avoid joining in with the silly chaos. Fret decides to use his time away from Twilight to gush to his patron about all the recent events and happenings, including his new guidance system hypothesis, Arson becoming the Chaos representative, etc. He also provides to his patron the book, What They Want. Whispers finds the book laughable and lets Fred in on a little secret. The Proteans are playing an extremely long game, which is why he doesn't worry about them. However, hearing about Arson, he pulls out something he really shouldn't be, offering it over to Fred. Confused, Fred asks what it is, Whispers telling him to have Arson eat it. The item in question looks like a red-hot coal. Shrugging, he accepts the coal and feels the evil in his hand. It feels wrong to hold, as though it ought to sear through his soul. He stashes it away in his secure pack, hoping its mithril lining will protect things. Meanwhile, Shoal returns to making seals in the city, content to handle his own work affairs. At the bar, Paint resumes pestering Tooth about Lizard. However, this time, he waits outside at a window, looking into the bar. The moment Tooth appears to not be busy, the Feyhound sends an image of the lizard. Very quickly, the blinders are closed on Paint. Eventually, he sits next to the door inside and sends the image again.
Lizard.
Tooth comes over very calmly and expresses that he understands that Paint wants the lizard. He explains that there are missions that have higher priority, and he will let Paint know if someone takes the mission and finds the lizard. Paint does not need to come by and check every day, and recallers will not rob a soul of its rightful place in the cycle. Does he understand? Paint sneezes, bursting with acid this time. Apparently he understands. Afterward, Tooth says they are in agreement that Paint does not need to come in every day, as he would let Paint know. Another sneeze, this time a blast of cold. Dusting himself off, the shark turns on his heel and returns to work. So Paint leaves, pleased with himself. With Last, he makes his way down the bridge to nothing, making his way to the other side to Arabane. Paladin and Patron meet, and he presents the box he received from Aphnos. While Era refuses at first, on learning what the artifact within the box is, he relents upon minor insistence. He takes the box, sliding it into a shadow with a promise he'll test it out at a later time. The pair share a friendly conversation in private, speaking about a small variety of recent topics, including the strange behavior of the other Savnosi in Twilight, which Lost insists is not normal, nor are those souls modern by his standards, so Era has little to worry about, technically. Eventually, Lost leaves the Unforgotten's hiding place, needing to plan with his allies when exactly they'll be going to the bazaar. Not like he has anything he wants to buy there, as far as he knows anyway. Fragment Not Found soon gathers outside of Twilight, and this time Paint calls for the guide. But Paint calls to the... Alright, I'm taking a drink of water. And this time Paint calls for the guide to the bazaar. The guide appears much as they have in the past, and once the group confirms their readiness, starts leading them through the rifts. Through the dark space between realities, Fragment eventually emerge in the green field outside the bazaar. First and foremost is to check the registration offices to see if they can find information about the magic marks. As the group travels together through the bazaar, Volt trails off as he notices a supply shop. Without a second thought, he steps inside and is lost in a wonderland of components he can purchase for his many projects. The rest of the group find their way to the registration building, and Lost turns around to check on everyone. Volt is gone. It takes a moment before Last turns back around, vocally assuming Volt will be fine. They come up to the registration counter, this clerk seeming more digital than he's used to seeing, almost like a projection. It's surprisingly easy to ask about the marks. When requested to elaborate, Lost tells the clerk the mark let them fight a non-dimensional parasite they otherwise could not. They need to know how. Since the marks are from the Green Flame, a meeting is set up with the deity, though it may take a while. Briefly, the clerk confirms that they'd like their friend in the shop, Cackling, to come with them, and they turn their monitor to show Volt having the time of his life in the supply shop. Last turns around to face the group, then turns back to the clerk to ask a question, and is surprised when they say the Green Flame will see them now. Odd. The group and Volt are brought by strangely angelic entities together into an entirely different space, being drawn into an opulent chamber of gold, marble, and emerald. Sitting upon a throne is a scarred monster of a man with a massive axe and giant red beard. He is also wearing board shorts and has a surfboard leaning on the side of his throne. And he's shirtless. Awaiting Fragment Not Found to enter his chambers. One by one, the recallers enter the chamber of the Green Flame. A weird, cold warmth seeps into them within the deity's presence. It reminds them of being near creatures of entropy. As they enter, the Green Flame asks what he can do for them, rather casually. The others look to Lost, who steps forward to explain why they are here. Why they are looking into the marks, what they do for them. Green Flame explains that he puts his own power into the marks, which is what enables them to perform such feats for the bearer. It would take someone on the verge of being an overgod to be able to imbue them with the same power. So, do they know someone who would be capable of this? It requires one who is able to withstand the nothing, to hold himself together and take from nothing. Last does his best to explain what kind of patron Erebaean is, and how they obtain power from other things, which, as the paladin elaborates, is by consuming them. The Green Flame, over the course of the conversation, seems to sigh and be lightly wearied the more he learns of Erebaean, that they are a dragon, let alone one of shadow. Considering what comes next, Green Flame asks what sort of things Arabane likes. Almost unanimously, the response is booze, although poor Lost attempts to make it clear his patron cannot have alcohol at the moment. As it so happens, Green Flame begins mixing a number of strange things, some of which the recallers cannot properly perceive, into a bottle of some kind, including some Green Flame itself, as a potent gift for the dragon. However, in return for these boons, Green Flame would like to surf. Joel helpfully makes it clear that Twilight recently had an ocean installed, so Green Flame will send an avatar to enjoy the ocean and otherwise be unassuming until the time comes to meet with Era. The Overdeity does his best to explain what the marks are capable of and what they're for, which is mainly to protect travelers should they briefly stray from the path the guides use, keeping one from being torn apart into nothing. In fact, Green Flame is rather open to discussing many things, including the Unravelers. They are, as he describes, mere particles that got lucky and expanded and fed to become more than they are. However, they can never even measure up to being even as much as the broken, lost souls that the present recallers are. They feed and grow and parasitize and mimic the things they see and feed upon. So the arrogance of the Unraveler Foof encountered is likely born from that Unraveler feeding off of and mimicking Fae. Another question that comes up is the hatred for clowns in the Bazaar. Clowns are a plague in many realities, and are deeply infectious and thus very dangerous across the multiverse, similar to a form of zombie plague, spreading rapidly and viciously. Also, when you shoot them, they make stupid noises, which amuses people. When Green Flame asks if there are any other questions, Fret grins. He conjures an image of a lizard, which excites Paint. A bit bemused, GF says that you can, indeed, purchase a lizard in the bazaar. And Paint rushes out of the chamber. Fret then asks... Yep. Fret then asks if his patron would be permitted in the bazaar. Apparently he would, so long as he can follow the rules. Another awkward question, this one posed by Lass, is if him dating a denizen of the bazaar is an issue, mainly due to the nature of his existence, or lack thereof. As far as Green Flame is concerned, it's not, although going to Twilight and returning is another matter. And when it comes time for Fragment to leave, GF will know to join them. He is absolute ruler of the bazaar, so he knows and sees all there. When questions run out, Fragment become excused, allowing them to head out into the bazaar to go about their business. Which means they will have plenty of time to shop, since time here, much like in Twilight, is subjective, and also money. And just a little reminder in here, 1 week equals 1 seal, which is a 1-to-1 ratio at the moment, because I believe everything is baseline in cost in weeks.
Yep.
For gold equivalent.
This is correct. Where's my avatar?
Okay. And this session, 46, Bizarre Choices. Oh my gosh, that was a long recap.
Well, we went longer than normal, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but this session is now half over.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Alrighty, so people do have shopping ready. Yes, I'll take my meds in a bit, it's fine. So, we get to go down the list. Can I get people to roll a d20 to see who gets to roll their nonsense first? So that way we can get through the shopping episode without making this an actual shopping episode.
Okay, I'll roll a d20. I rolled a 13.
Right, put
11.
yourselves in the initiative tracker if you could. Where did your guys' dots go? Well, that works. You guys got your faces.
I don't know.
Just use your faces. They're over here.
Where? Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's Fred?
No, Fred has a dot, apparently. I'm not going to question it, but... And you got a 13 there, Taya?
Yeah. Looks like Key and I have extra ones over by us.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, we did. I moved them out to the middle.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Right, there is 5 of you and there's 5 dots. So... Key! It looks like
Yeah.
we're getting to you first.
Yay! Right after I ruined my throat.
Do you want to pass and go last?
If that's a pun, I'm squinting at you. But no, this is fine.
Take a point of damage, Era.
That wasn't a pun intentional.
Says the guy with an icon that says number 1 dad.
Does it say number 1 dad right now? I mean, applicable. I'm so good
Anyway.
at dadding, I accidentally dad.
Anyway, what shall I be rolling?
Well, name the enchantment and we'll roll to see what the price ends up being.
Well, we're gonna see if I can get the training enchantment on my gun because I need improved critical.
Yep, that was 6,000, right?
That is not the correct dice.
We'll keep the 1. The 1 rolled.
14 then.
Oh,
'cause I
it
believe
stayed
the
as a
darkest-
1. 14. It was 6,000 for the, or 6,000 for that, correct?
Yep, because it makes it from +1 to +2.
Hold up, I gotta make sure to... actually make it do the thing I need it to. So you're looking for the booths for this particular enchantment, and you run into an interesting booth called Slap On Enchantments. These enchantments are on a little piece of, like, what are those decals come on them? They're like little filament, a clear filament. And apparently you slap it on an item and peel it off and give it about an hour and rinse it off. And it will leave an enchantment behind. For the training, they are asking for 3,796 gold. And or weeks.
Sure. Don't need to roleplay that out. That's a steal.
You are warned not to try and put this on living beings. It will burn right through, and if you get onto your hands, to wash them immediately.
Concerning. He's just gonna pull out the never and slap it on right there.
They remind you to wash it off in an hour. Roughly an hour's time.
That's fine. I think he knows create water.
So that was
I did.
item number 1. What else do you want to look for?
Next item is the Silver Smite bracelet, because that is far more important than anything else.
That's 16,000 at base. Let me toss that in. Roll your percentiles.
$22.
You walk past that holy shop that you were at before, and you find a newer, better one has moved in just down the road, called the other shop but not annoying. Holy armaments for the not so pure. When you walk in, you see a very gruff-looking man that looks tired. His feet up on the counter. His facial expression says, "Get the hell out." He has a giant, you would assume, religious tattoo going down his arms. It glows slightly. It's definitely some sort of divine magic. Things are carelessly thrown in boxes, but they are of pristine condition, and as you meander your way around, you do find your bracers for 11,429 weeks. It has a sticker on it saying the price. Like, he couldn't even be bothered to actually present them. He just used a sticker gun and moved on with life.
I mean, they're
I mean,
relatively
understandable.
plain item.
This looks
Yes,
like
very understandable. Have a nice day. He's not even going to bother, like, trying to chat up the man or haggle or anything. He's just going to... It's in a case, right?
No, literally he took them and just threw them in a box on the shelf, so they're not even, like, cased or anything. You just pick them up and bring them to the counter.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he does that. This feels very weird for him because it's very reminiscent of home, which feels strange.
When you're done paying off everything, he offers you up a card.
All right.
When you take it, it says 10% off for not making me do things. Next visit only. Now fuck off.
Takes the card, looks at it, nods, gives a thumbs up, and leaves. And his next stop is a certain mechanic shop. So I think we should do other people's shopping first.
Sure thing. Hey, Volt.
Hello.
Yep. What is the first item you want to search for if you're searching for items, or are you just looking for junk?
I am looking for components with which to make magical items.
Cool. Do you want to roll me a percentile and see if you can find a bargain bin of stuff that people are just trying to get rid of?
Sure.
See if...
Probably not. 27.
Not how this math actually works.
Yeah, you're looking for the lower number.
Oh, lower is good? Oh, then
Yes.
maybe yes.
You pay 76% of the value of things
Oh, yeah.
to scrap. Bear in mind, you're going to lose some value from these scrap things, but ultimately you're getting a 76% discount after you scrap things.
Wait, hold on. I am getting a 76% discount?
Basically,
Or I am paying 76%?
you're... Okay. So you're buying things at bargain, and you ultimately end up saving 24%,
Okay.
basically. So you're getting 24% extra value out of what you buy. I can do complicated math stuff for you later if you tell me how much you're putting in. Or how many weeks.
I'm working on that calc right now, actually.
Okay. When you tell me how many weeks, I can make it happen.
Okay, where did my calculator go? There it is. Okay.
Want to swap to someone else while you're...
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay. And I can do all the complex math later. All right, Fret. Let's get into yours.
3 reasons to live.
Cost of that item?
Hold on. It is 9,000.
9,000. Roll your percentiles.
That's that and this.
You guys are rolling great tonight.
36.
Yep. You managed to find it for 7,715.
Woo. Okay. $7,715, you said? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next on the list. Harp of Building. which, hold on. And I'm pretty sure it's a big number for that one. Or, sorry, layer of building. 13,000 for layer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and go away.
60.
60. You end up in one of those posh music shops where the guy is wearing a nice suit, has all the fancy pianos and stuff. You do happen to see one of these on the wall, and they are asking 15,600 at the current point in time.
Okay, that one might be a not right now type of thing, maybe. Okay, 15. What? What was the last part of that?
15,600.
Okay, I will note that and continue on to the next one. Rod of Splendor,
Rod of Splendor.
which is 25.
Ooh boy, 25,000.
Yep.
All right.
Is that 100 or is that?
That would be 100. Do me a favor, please roll again.
Okay.
Big oof here.
Uh, 91.
Ow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's not happening.
What was that item again? Something of splendor?
Rod of Splendor, 25,000 GP.
Yeah, you know this is a rip-off shop right here. It's you find your Rod of Wonder or Splendor, excuse me, but it's one of those they probably made it for a ruler or something. It's got extra accoutrements when you first find one. They're asking like 95,500 for it. It's got some blurb about how it belonged to so-and-so super important figure or some nonsense.
Yeah, that's double what I can actually afford. So, holy crap.
Yeah, you might have to come back to that one and try again later.
Okay, now a dervish Psyche, or something, psych, however you
Psyche.
put it. It's a hat. Psyche. It's a hat.
It's a hat.
Uh,
How much for this hat?
dervish Psyche. It is 10,000.
Got it. Roll away. I'm sending you, Taya, right now the amount worth of parts and gold you will end up with.
44.
44. That's a much better number.
Mhm.
You find this for 9,388 at the Not So Mad Hatters. Yes, he is a bunny folk.
Right, but that would be an increase in the price, not a discount in the price.
No, so you spend 13,425, right?
The 13,425 is what it would be at the base price of 1 GP per week.
How many weeks were you putting in?
That is the
Okay.
at the conversion rate of 1 GP per week. That is what it would come out to before the discount.
Gotcha. Because what I was doing, I was taking amount of weeks that you're giving me, and I was converting it to your total amount of gold that you would get. So you're getting that amount, 17,542 worth of parts by spending 13,425.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm wait, I can just fucking calculate this myself.
Oh,
You can just
okay.
take the number and multiply it by 0.76. Yeah, okay, so I'm spending 10,203 weeks.
10,203?
Yeah, that's what would equal 13,425 GP with that multiplier.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. What's your next item there, Vari?
Okay, time for scrolls. First scroll. Form of the Alien Dragon 3.
Yep.
It is base price of 3,000 GP.
That is cheap. And your percentile
I
roll,
know, right?
please.
Well, it's a one-use thing, but
True.
still.
Oofda.
God damn it. Okay.
Well, you know
Well,
it's a
that's an
working
80.
scroll because it's a dragon that's trying to sell it to you. But obviously, you know, us dragons are valuable things to turn into, so 4,800 is this asking.
Damn. Yep. I knew that the inverse thing here was going to ruin me because of my luck.
Yep.
Yeah, like my luck on percent dice is dumb, so this is ooh.
Quote unquote GM's revenge. What do you got next?
Rite of Centered Mind.
Yep. And the price?
25 GP.
Just 25?
Yeah, it's a level 1 spell.
Jiminy goodness. All right, roll your
can't wait for him
percentile.
to
Let's see
find
if
it
you
for
get it
50.
stupid cheap out of a bargain bin.
Anyways, hold on.
This is what you're going to roll
let me-
one on.
Yeah, first level spell. I hate it so much. I hate. Yeah, this. Yep, that's gonna be what it's gonna be, probably. Are you fucking serious?
Did it actually do it?
No,
12.
you got 12. You find them for 16 gold or 16 weeks apiece in a box by Discount Wizard Co.
Are they the same people who produce the fucking bulk ion stones?
Yes, they're the same place that you can find the bulk ion stones.
Okay, now on to second level spells,
Yep.
which are 150 apiece.
Yep.
Scroll of Silence.
A very good one. Go ahead and roll away.
Okay. $68.
That's not the worst. You're finding them for 204 currently around here.
Ouch.
This current wizard's Discount Wizard is not being that kind to you right now.
Yeah, 204 you said?
Yep.
Okay, another second level spell. Visualization of the Mind.
Roll away.
Mm.
$17.
That's a lot better. 100 weeks apiece.
Okay. Okay, now on to a wand, which I need to actually calculate what the price of it will be. Wands. Okay, it's
6,750.
Channel Vigor is a third level. Base price would be 4,500. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Ooh, sorry. Wand costs 3rd level. That is 11,250.
All right.
So
roll
I
away.
I might try just getting a scroll of it, but it's yeah. Let's try it. 6.
6. How does 61.99 sound? 6,199. It's on special.
It's on sale.
Wizards need
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah. So now my 2 last things. Snap Leaf, which is like 750.
Yep. Oh, did we just lose somebody?
Did we lose somebody?
I heard a pop.
I moved my microphone a little, maybe.
Oh no, that was me in the chat.
Ah.
I was trying to let y'all know I came back. My body decided to hate me violently for a few minutes.
No, I think Zim got
Oh.
booted from the table.
Oh no. No,
Yeah,
he's still on the table.
It's not showing for me.
Huh. 66 on the Snap
I'm
Leaf.
like,
Weird.
I just
Okay,
rolled
I
the
don't,
die.
I don't understand. I'm not gonna. Whatever. How much was this item again? I'm sorry.
750. Hold on, let me.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
750.
It looks like this particular item is low stock and therefore higher price than normal. You check another store. Leafs Emporium. 990 is the current asking in weeks.
Okay. And last, and hopefully not least, a toothpick of pyrotechnics.
Ah, you're going to Arson's favorite shop, Arson and More. It's not run by Arson.
Okay, and let me make sure what the price this 400 GP is the base.
Yep. Five.
Are you serious?
217.
The stuff that doesn't matter.
I mean,
said what?
217. Minor reminder, you get 1 reroll.
Oh, I didn't know that we could use that on these.
You can.
Hmm.
Is there one you want to try again?
I would like to try again on the Rod of Splendor.
Yep. How much was the Rod of Splendor again?
25K was the base price, and it ended up being 95,500.
Yeah, you rolled that that lovely 100 on the die.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead
then
and roll again.
a follow-up confirmation of a
Yep.
91. Oh wait, well, hold on. That's
Just
okay,
keep
and
the
then-
2. There you go.
27.
How does 19,133 sound?
Much better. 19,000. What was the last 3?
133. 19133.
Oh, that is so much better. Okay. I now need to do math.
Have fun. In the meantime, hey Zim.
Or you have check your DMs.
Oh dear.
I know you want lizard, so let's have you roll your percentile to see whether or not you find a pet shop that's going to get you just a lizard for a decent price and not rip you off.
Well, first off, he is, specifically looking for big lizard.
Define big.
Look, just find him a dinosaur shop.
Godzilla. 48.
All right. The GM's going to just say no. The answer is yes, you can find one. You can't afford one.
Okay, fine. Regular lizard. I have backup plan.
Give me a second here. I need to double check something because I had the tab open, then I did the stupid thing of closing it. A single week. And you can have a regular pet lizard.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get 200 of them.
Oh, Lost Home is going to be covered in tiny, colorful geckos.
Sim Y. I will ground
Well,
you.
if he can't, what? If he can't have a big one, then he'll just get a bunch of them that can combine into a big one.
They're not the Megazord.
The Mega Lizard.
How are you going
So,
to carry 200 lizards?
On my stream is now officially Last House.
Oh no.
All right,
Oh, it's that.
Over. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so please explain to me how you're going to carry 200 live creatures.
Leading them along with a bunch of thread.
Have you...
You okay?
So, Era, it's pertinent for me to remind you, Lost has Paint's time card.
I know.
Also,
I want to know how he's planning on doing this first. Because I just wanted to see what his plan was. And just that way I could kind of figure out how many of these bloody things he's going to lose in the first 30 seconds and unleash in the bazaar. But he doesn't have his card right now.
All right, in that case, he's going to think of Last.
Yeah,
And probably meet him outside of the mechanic shop.
probably. We'll get back to you, Paint. Before you kill me. Just... What's his plan? Oh, I'm just going to tie a string around each of them and then drag them along. Okay, so this one dies, this one escapes, the rest escape. Okay, hey, Shoal, please save me with something intelligent.
Cool. Well, first of all, I'm wanting to get what are they called again? Augment? Elemental augment?
Yes.
Yep, I just need to know the price.
19,000.
All right, roll thy percentiles. God, I just want to put on a t-shirt.
I guess that's 100.
Oof, roll again.
Oof.
No, I'm using my reroll.
Understood. Have a nice day.
Understood. Have a dice day.
Forget if it's light first or dark first.
Dark.
Yeah, 78.
Unfortunately, 29,640.
Ow.
How indeed.
Mala, how much am I getting paid to deal with the fucking lizard army?
If you really want it, you can always ask Last to spot you.
I believe you have another item on your list, though.
I have another item that is infinitely more important that I get, to be honest. So we'll circle back around to the augment. 25,000 gold for this one. Man, fuck these dice.
I didn't see. What'd you roll? Maybe roll again? Where'd they
I
go?
don't know where one of my dice went, so.
Oh,
It ended up in the. Okay, there.
They do this to me again, I'm getting new percentile dice.
20.
I think that's a 2.
that is a 2-0.
No,
Oh, 2-0. Oh, isn't it light first?
It's dark first.
no, dark.
Oh, dark
first.
first. Okay.
17,347.
Okay.
Yes, Mala. For $1,000, I will let Lizard Army happen.
Okay, so it was 17,000.
Here, I'll send it to you. 17,347.
Look. And the other one was like what? How much was the augment?
29,640.
Jesus Christ. Even with the discount on the more expensive item, I can't afford it. Man.
You can
Well,
always,
I'm definitely getting my ring. So there's that.
yeah, you can always try again later, or hope that Volt can make it for you.
I cannot make rings.
No, it's not a ring I need.
It was an augment
It's
of
an
some form.
elemental augment.
What do those count as?
Let me check. Elemental
does it-
augmentation.
Does it just count as a wondrous item?
Wondrous item requires Aqueosorb and Shrink item, and you need 7 ranks in Knowledge Planes.
Yeah, so just be a wondrous item.
Oh, then yeah, I can do that.
So it might be better there.
Yeah.
You get to do soul surgery on Shoal. Especially around their mouth.
Doesn't that sound safe?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we've gotten the base shopping done. And I guess we'll go ahead and swap over for a short bit to last getting up to the shop with Paint making his way all the way up there.
Lost just made the mistake of pulling out the bouquet he stashed from earlier before he enters this shop.
Hey, Paint.
Ah, I see.
He doesn't even notice Paint at first. And then he looks up and stops. And somehow his expression is very deer in the headlights. Just wide blank stare. As he's got this bouquet of thorny roses in his arms. Paint is right in front of him. Because he knows who the bouquet was supposed to be for, according to Paint.
Paint is just looking at Last. His eyes tearing up. And he hangs his head, walking away.
It's a good thing Shoal's not here.
He blinks again. Well, if you're going to pout, I suppose we're not getting you that lizard now, are we?
Paint is letting out a growl at last.
He pulls out Paint's time card from one of his pockets. Are you going to actually behave reasonably?
Can't answer that question.
He's a dog. The answer is
Can
no.
Paint define that question?
Paint glares at last.
Last's demeanor has shifted a bit, leveling 4 half-moon eyes down at Paint. My romantic life is mine to lead. Now you can pout and act the child, or you can be cooperative. I'm pursuing my happiness in my own way, and I would expect support from you. Not this, as he waves the hand with the card, gesturing in a vague circle toward Paint.
Hmm. Sorry for the delay formulating answer.
Formulating.
Recalculating.
Recalculating.
I don't know what it is. I really do not know what it is, but just there's some reason that voice of a GPS system, as it says recalculating, just makes me violent.
Because it implies that you have gone somewhere wrong.
Well, not just that. Like, it's like, you told me to take a left turn 5 seconds before I did not. You told me to take a left turn 5 seconds after I reached the place you're telling me to take a left turn. And now you're telling me, oh, you screwed up. Hold on. Let me redo this. Fuck you.
This is why I muted the voice on my GPS.
Or alternatively, I am currently in a parking lot. You think I'm on a road for some reason. Yes, I am taking a bunch of weird turns right now. Stop recalculating every 2 seconds and let me get on the fucking road.
Absolutely valid crash out.
As I said, this is why I muted the voice on my GPS, because it just pisses me off.
Also, I have sent you a math era.
I saw the methods. Also, I still want to hear a Christopher Walken GPS.
Oh, what now?
Christopher Walken
Christopher
GPS.
I prefer Christopher driving GPS.
You're going to make a turn, the next left. It's about like 100 feet. Then you're going to get on the freeway. It's a really long freeway. got like 10 miles before you have to get off, so maybe get in the left lane. On Christopher Walken GPS, because I think it'd be funny for about 5 seconds and then I'd mute it.
Paint is going to look at last. You wanted Arabian.
It's not a cuss and he spoke!
Holy moly!
I was just thinking to myself, isn't it true that Paint can speak, but just has chosen not to for whatever reason?
Yep.
Finally rolled
That's-
low enough.
His blast is taken aback. He drops his arm that's holding up the time card and the bouquet. I have tried to make you understand, my dear friend. That is not going to happen. And I am willing to accept that. I know your intentions are good. But I think I found something here. Arabane is not willing to form that relationship with me. And I am okay with that. So why aren't you?
Are you sure you're not just settling?
I think that's a bit rude to call this person settling. Besides, it's not as though I can simply remain here. If I am to have a relationship, if it's even possible, it will take effort. It will take time. Besides, it's not as though we're going to be leaving Twilight anytime soon. If I wanted to see Era for any reason, I can always find him.
But not this one. This one. He holds up his paw with the little tattoo on it. You can only see so much. Are they coming to Twilight?
That is a discussion for a long time from now. If they even feel like dating me in the first place. Doing so would bar them from material worlds. They would be as we are, souls rent from the cycle. You understand what that means. And that is not something that we can simply ask of someone.
Which is why you get hurt. going after someone you can't be with.
Isn't it the same with Arabane? Perhaps that's simply the way I am. I could never be with the person I wanted to be with in life. I cannot have that relationship with my patron. And even the relationship I might have here, I am pragmatic enough to know that it isn't ideal. But I am willing to try, which is more than I can say for my living self, who is too coward to even ask.
Paint is going to sigh and start walking to the shop.
Last heaves out a smoky sigh and puts away the card for now and enters the shop.
You enter the shop and you see the teenager, the young one, banging out to some music, some jams in his headphones. And thank you for the sub. 39 months from Meryl. Dang.
Meryl cute.
Meryl cute. Appreciated, Meryl. And it takes this young teenager a little too long with his blaring music to look up at you holding the roses. And he shouts, "Dad, the smoky, fully transitioned guy that bought the bike is here with roses." Entirely way too loud.
Oh shit, I didn't hide them.
And the guy peeks out from back and goes, "1 second, are you? 1 second. I'm arguing with a certain gnome over junk." And then shuts the door.
Last briefly squints. Do Greaves never leave?
Who said it's Greaves?
He said gnome and junk, like out of character. He said gnome and junk, okay? He's lost his making an assumption.
Well, you know what they say about an assumption. You make an ass out of you an umption.
I don't know why I find that funny. I feel like an umption hearing that and laughing at it. Jesus.
Hey, that's a good name for a gnome, actually.
Umption the gnome.
Yes.
And you stand there for a few more minutes and the kid's still rocking out, and then he looks up at you and then looks back to the back, obviously not have heard his father. "Dad, the guy you called hot is here. Come out here. He's got flowers. Jesus." Or whatever holy name it was. Whatever holy name for your people. Sorry.
Equivalent. I understand. Now it is Lost who is stuttering and trying to get an edge in here as he's becoming quite frazzled around the edges.
Paint is going to storm through the door.
You really don't wait. Paint. No, you don't. Oh no.
You storm through the door and you see the Zavanti currently in talks with a gnome that is definitely a gnome. And they're definitely arguing as he's got a pile of what looks like junk. And as you walk back, the Zavanti shouts, "For the love of goodness, it's garbage that you brought me. I take literal scrap. What do you want me to pay new prices for? This bike isn't even a bike anymore." And he goes, "Oh, 1 second. Employee. Employees only. Right."
He bites on the lion's wrist and drags him towards the door.
I'm going to be back for this argument. I am not paying 100,000 weeks for that dang pile of scrap. I don't care if I can rebuild it. And slams the door, getting dragged out.
He drags him over to last and puts the, angles the hand, he's got the wrist, so he's pushing it towards the flowers.
Lost is still stammering. Like his smoke dreadlocks are all in disarray at the moment. I really, you didn't need to. Why? Careful.
You're stammering.
It's because I'm nervous.
Your dog can talk?
He's always been able to talk. Careful with these. They're thorny. And he'll hold out the roses.
Well,
awkwardly.
This is entirely awkward and a weird moment for this to happen, but such is this place. He takes the roses and says, "Thank you." Ow. He looks at his hand. Oh, they're thorned.
Yes, like I said, very thorny.
I noticed it's weird because not all rose plants have thorns across the universe. It's actually a rarity. Hope you didn't buy these here. You would have spent way too much.
No, they came from Twilight.
Oh, good. They're like 5 times the value.
Well, you can do with them as you wish. This is my way of asking if you would like to go on a date.
He holds up a finger, goes, "Hold that thought for 1 minute. I'm going to go shout at a gnome for a few more seconds, and then I got something for you."
Oh, all right. Just stands there awkwardly.
Walks by his kid, pulls off the headphones. "Find a vase for these, would you?" The kid goes, "Hey!" And he goes, "Buddy, you're screaming in my shop. Come on. Turn it down." Rubs his head, hands him the roses. The kid goes, "Ow," and he goes, "Ha, I should have warned you." Kid goes, "Why do these have thorns? Roses don't have thorns." And he goes, "They're special. Don't worry about it, buddy." And he'll walk in back. And it's going to be a good 5 minutes before he comes out holding something very specific in his hands. And he walks up to you and he goes, "Your gun."
Yes. And he's going to pull out the never. He sees the decal is still on it, does some mental time calculations. It hasn't been an hour since he's decaled it, has it?
Not quite. It's getting there, though.
He needs to wait an hour before he washes it off, so he'll just sort of hold it up.
He goes, "I think this is from about your time, if I'm not mistaken." He pulls off the top of the gun and he pushes something in, and something akin to a red dot appears or pops through it. He calibrates it a little bit, slaps it back on, and goes, "Not very many of us across the universes that made it, so thanks to my son, hi, Mr. Hawkeye that bought the motorcycle." Shoots his son a look who's already put on the headphones, and he goes, "For Christ's sake."
Well, thank you. And that's quite a compliment, honestly. But you can call me Lost. Or Last, if you prefer.
I'd like you to call you my last boyfriend. He nudges you.
Lost will jump a bit, and the cinders that are normally hidden in his chest sort of rise up closer to his face, giving him this sort of embery, fiery hue for a blush.
He does finger guns and goes, I haven't dated in like 30 years. Okay, how old is my kid? 13 years. So excuse the bad
I-
pickup lines. It worked on that one's mother.
I haven't dated in over a century.
No, no,
least not
they're in
properly.
Twilight.
Paint is drawing up a contract.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Lost is completely oblivious to it right now.
So give me a time and place and I'll be there. To make this a little less awkward.
I'm not sure when.
Right now.
If right now is okay. Hunches shoulders a little bit, leaning forward.
Looks back. He's being a pain in the ass. He found a whole bike out in the multiverse that is definitely of our make, but it's literally in pieces, and he's trying to charge me new prices for it. He wants 100,000 weeks right now, and it's like, no, buddy, I'm not paying that for a bike I have to rebuild. That might be missing parts. Probably is missing parts.
Which model is it?
Can't tell right now. I can just tell it's a bike from our people. It's got the marks. I just haven't been able to piece through it yet. Why? Based on the tires, I'm expecting an XVG series, but people use those tires for forever.
True. Durable and lasting.
Yeah, too bad they
Yes.
explode.
The one part of a metaphor I was going to make that I'm not going to make anymore, that I hope doesn't happen. Look, I've got time. It doesn't have to be immediate. But if we are going to do this, I cannot promise that my visits will be regular.
That's okay. I'm trapped here. Me and the boy. Thumbs back. It's not like I'm not going to be here. Our world
He
isn't
blinks.
exactly safe to be in for longer than a few minutes at a time. If you wear the right mask and protective gear, you can be there for, several hours picking up scrap, but we kind of stopped doing that since we can just get everything here.
Oh, I see. Well, if you decide you want to leave, perhaps I can arrange something. But I wouldn't want to uproot your lives, such as they are.
Roads across when we cross those roads. Give me, like, an hour. Not literally. I'm not charging you an hour for this. I meant, like, let me go back and finish arguing with this gnomer, kick him out of my shop, because I'd like him to find another place to sell that thing. To somebody that will give him any amount of actual money.
Of course. Take your time. I know that some customers can be stubborn.
He's a supplier. He's called a junk runner. They jump across the multiverse, gathering garbage. So I have no idea where he found it, and I'm not going to ask. For all I know, it's stolen. He shrugs. Oh well. But hey, boyfriend does the finger guns again, trying to be suave walking back, and then obviously bumping into a table.
Meanwhile, in return, Lost is just awkwardly doing like hand half raised little wave. Like his expression, clearly he is smiling in some fashion.
And he's going to retreat to his back. Pulling off his son's headphones again and setting them down next to him. The kid going, hey, pay attention to customers. Waiting for his dad to go in the back. He picks up his headphones, glances at you, and goes... Then he looks like he's about to say something, looks at the dog and goes, damn it. And then puts on the headphones and goes back to work.
What was he about to say around with that he can't wear around paint?
Good question. Because Lost was about to just sort of like raise a finger and offer some advice, and then he put the headphones back on, so he just sort of retracts the hand and
Out of character, if you hurt my dad, I'll hurt you, but
Do. Hello. 1 second. Hello, Raiders. How are you, Kaz? How was your stream? What was your stream? We're playing D&D, well, technically Pathfinder, with our friendos and their wonderful beans and your wonderful beans.
Oh, I've heard good things about the new Digimon game.
so have I.
yeah, too bad it's so expensive.
Drop in price eventually.
Eventually. Gonna wait till then.
GibGab gifted it to me, but I worry about streaming it because people are going to want to not watch for spoilers, and it's like,
Oh,
is it going to destroy my viewership or no?
Yeah, that's always a problem. But if you choose to like wait on it because you have it and then stream it later, you can.
My rule is
But
30
that-
days. 30 days to get it and
But you
start
see,
playing.
that brings up the other problem where the hype behind the game has now passed.
yeah, so it
Yeah.
is such a hard choice.
Yeah.
There's a Goldilocks zone, but it's hard to find.
And also it honestly like heavily depends on like your viewers, because like some people's viewers are different than others.
Yeah, I'm an anti-spoiler person, but I just trying to avoid watching things. But any game I'm actually interested in seems to get spoiled so quickly nowadays that I don't think it matters anymore. You can't escape spoilers, so
Somehow I've avoided at least story spoilers.
I've heard
For
some,
this-
but I also don't care about this one. So
I'm pretty good at avoiding spoilers, usually because I throw things at Rodney whenever he tries to talk to me about something that's coming up.
well, what was it? Deltarune got really spoiled, and then Pokemon, or one of the Pokemon games got really spoiled, and I was just like, I guess I'm not buying these anytime soon. Because why?
Go, have food, Kaz. You're a good bean.
Where were we?
Lost was being awkward and trying to find a place to sit and wait. But
Oh,
I think
and,
that's also a good point for us to move to someone else.
Possibly. I mean, Paint wants to get his lizard. Everybody's got their shopping done, so unless anybody wants to do anything specific in the bazaar, there's always food options. You guys can taste the culinary expertises of across the multiverse, look for things, try and find
Paint does
information.
also
Oh, right. I need to get some softball boot.
Paint does also have the other thing I DM'd you about.
I legitimately do not know how to make that a balanced item and fair.
Oh,
The collar?
No. He asked about a staff of walls that would make a wall attuned to whatever element he is. I don't know how to make that work mechanically easily. So that is something that will have to be put in the pin board. I'm going to have to actually sit down and figure out how to make it mechanically work and how much it cost.
I will say that there are staves with wall spells on them.
Yep. But staffs have an interesting pricing guide, so I'd have to sit down, find all the spell or a wall of wind, a wall of fire, a wall of earth, and a wall of water, because all those do exist, and then put them in the staff and then custom craft it, and then have to take off any discounts for being it always aligned with you. And staffs have a certain amount of charges too, so it's something I have to actually sit down and make specific. I can't just do that off the cuff, unfortunately.
Isn't there a kineticist item like the Vril Rod? It doesn't. It works for kineticists. It doesn't do anything super special that I remember, but it gives them a unique blast they can use?
Oh, there's a staff of obstacles that already exists. It has 2 additional spells on it. So technically you could just grab that. Its cost is 5,000 or 52,850.
Whew, I just looked up the Vril staff. It is a staff, so it is like rechargeable via accepting burn as a kineticist. But it is 200,000 GP.
Oh,
That
never
shit
mind.
better be good.
So
it-
I am guessing that none of this is available.
It might be
Not-
available. It depends on price, because everything is available. It depends on what the price is. Give me a little bit of time, and I can look over that Vril staff. Here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna use your DMs as a thing to look at.
Okay, here, I will send you the Vril staff. I just pulled it up.
Yep, I got
There
it
you go.
right here. So what I'll do is I'll look over these items and see if I can figure out a price later. Is that okay, Zim?
Sure.
Because if there's a staff already out there that has burn as a mechanic, I can reverse engineer that and figure out how much that cost is to make burn things happen. Which is going to be a pain in the butt, but I can do it. Because I'm assuming I'm going to have to reverse engineer it.
If it's not explained easily, probably.
But this is a fancy staff, though. It lets any kineticist have an untyped force blast. That's
Ew.
wild because like that. Whew, untyped damage is terrifying.
So
I can has?
So what you're saying is you become a warlock. Eldritch Blast.
If you want to just go for the Vril staff, you can legitimately just roll the percentiles and I can give you a price.
But it
I
is
think even
super
if he-
expensive, though.
I think even if he rolls a 1, he probably can't afford it.
Rolls of a 1
Maybe.
have a reroll just like the hundreds do.
Oh.
Yes.
That's wild.
I
So
think something rolls a 1 4 times.
theoretically he could roll low enough.
Technically, yes. It's up to Zim if he wants
Also,
to try it.
he does have a reroll too.
Yeah, the Vril staff is good because of just the untyped damage specifically. It also allows Mage Hand, Cure Light Wounds, Cure Moderate Wounds, Telekinesis, Repulse.
16.
Let me see what that price would be. So it's 200,000, right? And then we put in 16. And that comes out to 130,613.
I don't think we
Weeks.
have things to sell that would give us that much.
No. Oh, I guess. Could Shoal find a buyer for like one of these swords,
Oh,
or at
you
least
do?
get them appraised?
Or all of those swords.
Yes, you can get them appraised. I need you to do me a favor though and roll a percentile to see what kind of person you find. Please?
Okay.
Because I do know the value of these swords.
Oh Jesus, they're God's blood dipped swords. They're God.
Yeah.
Well, Shoal's only going to let on that he has 1 at first. That is a 45.
That is average. Good. And I need to roll an appraise on an average merchant here. Where's my d20?
For once, average is actually probably a good thing because you don't want somebody super interested in it, and you don't want somebody not interested in it.
Give me a second here. Come on. Come on, load. Oh, really? Okay, thank you, Google.
Yeah.
I tried to Google something specific because I based this off of something, and it gave me an error message.
Oh,
Oh, Google.
Come on. Come on.
but yeah, I figure that selling God's Blood swords to uh someone very interested in said things would be kind of like doing certain things in like Fallout games and the whole why did I suddenly get a bunch of negative karma? By selling swords to unscrupulous
So you
individual
get
or
this
something.
appraised, and the man looks it over, then he looks really confused for a few moments, and he goes, "Oh, that's nasty." 400,000 weeks?
Holy shit.
It's probably what I'd sell something like this new. It's got an interesting mix of magic in here. It's got some fey magic, a little bit of chaos magic. If I'm looking at this right, this actually puts a soul to sleep, which is a weird thing to have on a thing, but keeps the body awake in a constant state of disarray with certain types of really, really corrupted chaos magics. You could literally turn somebody into a mindless, soulless zombie with this. Ugh. He holds it away from himself a little bit and puts it back in the sheath slowly.
Out of character, is this how the clown plague starts?
No. Nobody knows where the clown plague comes from, but it's really hard to catch on that it's happening in your local community because a clown just being on the street isn't something that's unusual. Then they bite somebody. And it begins.
400,000 weeks?
Yeah, 400,000 gold pieces.
Dear God.
It's got extremely powerful, overcharged enchantments on it that are extremely deadly. It's overcharged with literal God's blood. This is technically a minor artifact, despite only being a +2 sword. It's all the other junk that's on it that makes it very expensive.
Okay.
These things are
well-
flat out dangerous, actually.
Yeah. Trust me, Shoal is aware.
But
Well,
that's
I
how much
guess-
he would sell them at.
So, would he be willing to buy it off of Shoal is the question.
He hums and haws and goes, I'm not sure if I want to buy it from you just to get it out of wherever you're from and lock it up. Be a loss. Then again, it could help with some sort of all sorts of things, really, that are problematic that normally you can't kill. $175,000. Lock it up because the chances of me ever selling this are extremely minimal. But that one person might have a coin. Better have coin. Because, there are beings that are immortal that you can't actually kill, so this would be an answer to that for sure. It would put the soul to sleep and make the body basically do nothing. It seems like there's missing pieces to this. I don't know why anybody would make this in the first place. It feels like it's also putting something else in them, but I can't discern what the heck that is, so...
Shoal just kind of like opens his mouth like he's going to say something, and then just closes his mouth, and then just like it was not a fun encounter.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, sure. Soul will sell one for you said 175,000 weeks.
Yes.
Cool. I have more money than I know what to do with.
Goodness gracious.
Holy crap!
So, out of character, I am so glad that Shoal kept those and did not tell Last at all.
Goddamn
Oh,
soul.
it's so funny.
So, like, Last would have totally insisted, no, this should go into like evidence lockup and be dismantled, and he would have been a fuddy-duddy
That's
about
what happened to the rest of them.
You see, that's why Shoal didn't take all of them.
Yeah.
He only took the ones he looted off of the bodies.
This has Fey magic. It has corrupted chaos magic. It has magic taught to him by the Unravelers in it.
Ooh.
All overcharged and corrupted with corrupted God's blood. So yeah, if you had rolled low on that, the guy would have just looked at him and like, this is a +2 sword with some really fucked up runes on it. What the hell? If you had rolled 100, you would have handed it to a person that would have been like, what universe-ending bullshit did you get this from?
A basement.
The middle was the only safe place. Because
Yeah.
anybody that actually can figure out what the fuck this is would want it destroyed.
For once, the dice was with me, and now I have more money, about as much money as we had when we had our first shopping trip. Almost combined. Okay. Well, that's fun. So I guess Shoal's gonna probably go get his enchantment. Wait, do I buy the staff for Paint? Well, I guess Paint can't really use a staff. He has no thumbs.
He can use the staff.
Yeah, but
I mean, technically, you could try and find other buyers for the sword and hope that you don't run into somebody that's just going to look at it and be like, what the actual fuck?
Well, I have 6 of them, so... Well, now I'm down to 5, because I'm definitely selling this guy the one.
By the way, the thing that he threw on your gun, by the way, gives you a +3 to aiming.
fancy.
So it's basically +3 to hit. He just threw a red
Yeah.
dot in your gun, by the way, or their last.
Oh,
One that he thinks is from about your timeline, so it tracks a little bit.
he gave me aim assist.
Do I
Oh.
try and find another buyer?
Is this +3 when I take an aiming action, or just +3 to hit?
+3 to hit.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Meh.
Nope, 84.
I mean, you got to reroll, don't you?
I used my reroll earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, the next person that you bring this to looks oddly concerned that this thing exists is here, and he doesn't know exactly what it does. He don't want it though.
I will try once more with feeling. $36.
This individual looks at it, and let me double check something here.
I probably want like as close to 50 as possible.
Yes. You said what was the number? 26?
36.
Do math.
I do actually have one reroll left, but this was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to bring up the dashboard.
Yep.
Yeah, this one says he kind of hums and haws, and he offers you 100,000 because he doesn't know what all this stuff does. But he can see there's extra stuff, and he would need to spend time actually figuring that out. So he's offering 100,000.
All right, I'll take that.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to suggest that Shoal could probably maybe get the amount increased by calling in a expert that he happens to know in the area.
I need to phone a friend.
An expert on magical devices in the area that he knows that could probably identify it for him real quick.
Shoal is fine just getting rid of a couple
would
of
see
these.
that Shoal has these and be like, Shoal, what the fuck? Why did you take these?
Well, I'm not just
This
going to
week
leave
on
Luke
Pawn
sitting on the
Solo.
ground.
He's getting rid of them slowly for money, sending
Just
them off
in
to
a
other
really
universes to
bad
cause
kind of
problems.
way.
You know what? They're not Shoal's problem anymore. And he's getting paid to give them away, so... you forget, Shoal is from a world where, like, piracy is basically considered a good occupation, almost. Like, looting and selling it is like, all right, cool, whatever, somebody will want it. If I can find a buyer for it, it's fine. It's when you can't find a buyer for something that you know it's really fucked.
Roll in the 90s and have somebody literally try and get whatever you handed over yeeted immediately.
You just call the guards. One of the angels show up.
You know what you have? I don't know, some spooky fucking sword thing. Beat up some possessed people and took them. All right.
You content?
God, am I tempted to spend this?
How much did you get off of this?
I have made 275,000 weeks.
Jeepers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I was like, I don't really have anything I can sell because I haven't really kept anything. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'll see what one of these swords go for because they're weird.
They have a lot of things that they can do, and if you know how to pull the strings of fate, you can basically create an army with these things.
Look at that. Shoal's helping the economy.
We'll call it that, sure. Wait till somebody figures out it works on the Tarrasque.
Oh, Lord.
Well, don't tempt Shoal.
Shoal don't know that.
Why am I
Like,
imagining some nobody jobber wizard gets their hands on one of these things somehow and just they poke the Tarrasque with it to test it? Because what else are you going to test something supposedly this strong on, right? And just them riding it, cackling madly until they're struck down by lightning and just smoten to ash.
To put it out there, if you roll below a 15%, the person's just going to think it's a +2 sword and sell it as such.
That's funny. Holy shit, that's funny.
Weirdly, this is a really weird styled sword, but all right.
Fucking weird universal magics. Sure, whatever. I will just throw it on the +2 while it's fine.
Well, God damn it. I didn't expect to be making money.
Yep. So what do with all of your
Oh
ridiculous
boy.
amounts of wigs?
Paint, are you getting your lizard? Are you getting just one lizard?
Yeah, go ahead and do them while I decide if I actually want to buy some more stuff, I guess.
Well, as far as that goes, Paint is currently drawing up a contract that he's going to present for both Last and the one guy that I don't know the name of.
I went and found them. They're whole staff.
Whole staff.
Whole stuff.
Yep, whole staff senior. The kid is whole staff
I am
junior.
certain you'll get his whole staff.
Woo. Woo.
Zim, take 1 point of damage. Your punishment feat works against you too.
I had to choke down my laugh. God damn it.
That was pretty funny.
It was. It was.
But either way, the contract is basically going to line out that, Last cannot leave, it cannot stay in this place and must return to Twilight, and that he cannot actually permanently leave Twilight, yada, 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 making sure the guy's aware of all of that. Also in there, the primary reason for this contract is essentially if this guy hurts Last, then he gives full permission for Paint to absolutely destroy his life.
I don't think Lost is going to let you keep that in there.
Well, Paint
What
is
makes you think
presenting
Paint
it
is
to
going to give
him
you a
first.
choice?
Hmm.
Paint will be waiting when he comes out of the back room with the contract.
Are you waiting in the shop? Last left, correct?
No. Well, Lost is waiting in the shop.
Oh.
While Paint is drawing up the contract, he's going to just sort of lean over. He can't read it from the angle he's at. He probably could if he turned his eye nodes a certain way, but that feels weird and funky. Since we're waiting for a bit, do you want to get that lizard that you wanted?
He's going to send a mental image of a clock, and then the hands on the clock move forward.
Having temporarily lost his ability to parse Paint's imagery. Look, Paint started talking, and he was able to adjust to that. And now it's back to images, and so it's like, oh, wait. No, I can understand this. I've done this before. If you insist on waiting, I suppose.
The next image is just a whole bunch of clocks surrounding Doggo, Last, and Paint.
Yes, we have plenty of time. In fact, your time card has quite the sum of time on it, as he pulls out the time card.
By my records, it's rather empty compared to what I want to get.
Shoal, you just see Shoal walk by dragging a big bag.
Why? You got a card.
For the same reason people walk around with pennies in their pockets.
I was just gonna say-
Mostly for the amusement factor. Paint has tiny purse. Shoal has large purse.
Oh, with just one tiny card in large purse.
There's a joke in here that I can't say on stream.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, Paint's got the contract drawn up. There's going to be other things in there, including, you know, visitation plans and all of that stuff. Lots of the, you know, more typical Fey nonsense in the fine print.
So what you're saying is when he comes out, you're going to hand this to him, right?
Yes.
Being grumbly as he walks out the back door, or as he walks past his kid again, he pulls off the headset and he goes, "I'm going on a date." And the kid goes, "Yeah, I know. Keep the headphones off." "I won't." You see the guy just kind of roll his eyes, shoulder sagging a bit. "Do you want to just, like, go in back?" Or he's already got his headphones on. Whatever. Teenagers. And he looks at the contract being held up at him. He takes it. He looks at it and he goes, "I can't read this."
Hang on. Let me see if I can parse what Paint has written. It's
Isn't-
going to...
A little early for... He offers it over.
It outright says potential and future relationship contract at the top, by the way.
Yeah, but he can't necessarily read it.
Oh, well, I'm just letting you know for
Yeah, for translation
when it's handed
purposes.
over. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So Lost is going to start translating everything as he reads through it, which is probably going to take the same amount of time it took me to read a recap today. I would assume. And then he gets to that last clause at the bottom, and he pauses, because he's not sure he wants to read that one out loud.
By the time that you're halfway through, he just looks down and goes, "You're a Fae, aren't you?"
Paint nods.
He kneels down and he goes, "It's a first date, buddy. I'm not signing a contract for a first date." He ruffles your head. "Sorry." Then stands back up and looks at last and goes, "Shallst we?"
Well, sure. And he's going to give the contract plus time card back to Paint. Perhaps if things work out, you'll be able to draft up something.
And I have
for
a
now,
non-Fae lawyer check it
Yes.
for specifics. What'd you say last, or Zim? Sorry.
Paint is glaring at him.
Lost gives him a cheeky smile.
2-finger salute.
Paint sends image of canvas to Last.
Sighs, has to stop, one arm looped around Holstaff's. What about Canvas?
He goes outside and sends image of the street in front of the shop, and then puts canvas on it.
If I summon Canvas now, I could be interrupting their training. And then he looks over at Holstaff. Ah, yes. Due to my line of work, I am having Canvas combat trained.
Oh, good
Since
luck with
I didn't know how. Yes, I know. I didn't know how long I'd be away. I've been trying to do it myself.
Understood. If we want a vehicle, though, this way. He starts walking.
Paint
Follows.
shakes his head and sends an image of him in the sidecar of Canvas, and no Last there.
He wants to go on an adventure with Canvas.
All right. All right, fine. Can I even summon Canvas to the bazaar from Twilight?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, he'll attempt. He'll just hold his hand out for a minute, half-heartedly. Drops it. Nope, not happening.
Yeah, Canvas can't travel through the nothing without you.
Paint
Yep.
size. And he's just gonna wander off down the street.
Sorry.
I'll meet you back here, Paint.
Celeste, you want to see a vehicle, right?
Sure.
Completely rebuilt war rune buggy.
Pardon me while I have to roll.
You know, the kind of vehicle that you take off-roading and you intentionally roll it because it's fine.
The whole staff gets to see Lost get like the big fanboy eyes going for all of half a second as he suppresses a noise and then just puts on the composed face. Because he hasn't seen one of these in over a century.
So I guess our date is going to be at the tracks. They have giant mud pits and dirt pits that you can just drive around and run into things.
I haven't been able to enjoy things like that for so long.
Oh, so that's why you like me. He finger guns again. You're pretty sure that was a shot at himself. Maybe.
Oh, come on. That's not why.
Come on, let's see how far we can fling this thing before I have to repair it.
I wouldn't want to give you too much extra work. He moves to get into the passenger seat. Sorry, I forgot the word for it.
I have broke last. Alright. So they're on a date. I'm afraid of what Zim's about to do. Anybody else want to do anything specific before we clean up shopping?
Why are you so scared, Era?
200 lizards. Alright. Let's do this. It's been 2 hours. Let's take a short break. We'll get back into it and see how many lizards get lost in the market in short order.
So many lizards.
How much was Paint's staff supposed to be?
I don't know if the final price has been settled on.
Well, I was talking
think
about the real staff. That you rolled like a 16 on.
Or 17
Oh, that
or
was like
something.
it was like 100 something.
I haven't quite left yet. Staff of Rill, 130,613.
136.13.
Yep, that's specifically for
Cool.
the Rill staff, which is
Okay.
really fucking good. For
Yeah, no, there's. Yeah, I have like after selling everything and what I had left after my original purchases, I had just over 300,000.
I
So-
have, from my calculations, like 24,000.
That was I had about that much. I think I had like 26,000 after getting my ring for pretty cheap.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah,
can I get a link to this staff thing, by the way?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, here.
yes. Yeah, it's
Okay.
honestly, it's kind of sad. Almost all the kineticist items, like the diadems and the frill staff, are freaking expensive.
They're so expensive.
Like the Star Cinder, which is really good for kineticists, is something like 50,000.
Okay, so
Oh, this thing allows Mage Hand, Cure Light Wounds, Cure Moderate Wounds, Telekinesis, Repulsion.
Of course, they burn charges, but as a
Yeah.
kineticist, you can eat burn to recharge it.
Also, I don't know why that's in under third party, because that is a first party staff.
Hmm.
I'm just using your thing as a list, Mari.
Okay.
All right, these are the main things I want to get for me. So that leaves me take off that much.
Also, you're getting a decanter of endless water, right?
Oh yes. To go with my 20 magic cards of it. Because that was in the Baldur's Gate set.
That's funny.
What was the belt? Alright, so I can get myself a belt of physical might or physical perfection. Or I'd go a little bit cheaper and just get a belt
So
of
Wolf
physical
Sage,
might.
I'm only finding a single diadem, which is literally just called Kineticist Diadem.
There are a
And,
number of third party things for kineticists, but they vary wildly between balanced and broken.
Well, this Kineticist Diadem would definitely be useful if it's able to have all the colors of gem. Because by default, it has one color of gem, so it would only be useful with one of my elements.
Oh yeah, I remember looking at that, and yeah, it's as base, it's not great.
Yeah, but if I could get it where it swaps with my element, that would be awesome. Because adding up to 3d6 points onto my blast would be very useful.
The one thing about the Vril staff that makes it really good is you can change your damage for your blast into untyped, and then for a couple extra points, you can change it into ignoring spell resistance. You can't DR untyped damage.
Yeah, untype is
Ooh.
true damage. It's just you're eating this.
Period.
Yep,
Sucks to be you.
it is better than even force.
And ignoring spell resistance means it is the most extreme anti-fey thing that you can get.
It's the most extreme anti anything,
Anything, honestly. Yeah.
The only issue is I don't know how many charges it has.
They always have a maximum capacity of 50. But you can recharge it yourself, which is the big thing with this.
Oh, okay, so I can just keep using it.
Yes, because according to the
I was
rules
like,
on
if it's
this
got
thing-
10, I was like, if it's got only 10 charges, it's like, cool, I get to use it 3 times a day.
Nope, staves are like wands except rechargeable.
Okay,
Cool.
so I have learned something new about the whole Mighty Strikes thing era.
Oh,
And that I can get, like I say, a body wrap or a necklace of Mighty Strikes that gives a special ability, that gives a weapon enhancement ability instead of just another bonus.
yes, you can.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I didn't know that at first.
Oh, I was wrong. It's
So-
not 50 charges, it's 10 charges for a staff. at a time.
Aw,
But you can accept burn and recharge it, and this staff specifically states that you can recharge it on the fly.
Okay, cool.
And that means anytime you have rest days, if you're missing any charges, you can just take burn and
But
charge it back up.
yes, Viv, that is that's the only way that monks get special abilities on their fists, unfortunately, or unarmed. But yes, any weapon ability you can get on basically on that necklace thingamajigger.
What would be good?
Other than flat bonuses, depends on what you're building towards.
something Grey Flame Bite.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Grey
Kineticus
Flame?
can store or restore a single charge to a Vril staff by accepting 3 points of burn. Which means that's just a standard action.
I don't have the ability to channel energy through my weapon.
Oh, let's see, weapon.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Weapon enhancements. Magic weapons.
Listen to us talk about magical stuff for a moment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sure nobody's going to.
I could go planar.
You could. You could do vicious.
Phase locking.
Or negating.
When a vicious weapon strikes an opponent, it creates a flash of disruptive energy that resonates between the opponent and the wielder. The energy deals an extra 2d6 points of damage to the opponent, and that's 1d6 to the user.
Yep. It can be good, but
I mean, if you have DR, that 1d6 to yourself doesn't matter.
I don't have DR for myself, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Anchoring if you want to be mean.
I was considering that one, don't worry.
Or phase locking.
But I said phase locking.
First Pathfinder.
Yeah, first.
So yeah,
Ed.
well, thank you for the Vril staff then. The only other thing that I see that I would like is that Kineticus diadem, if it can work with whatever element I've got.
No, they're they're priced at being locked, so that's another I'd have to rebuild it, and it's probably going to be just as expensive, if not more.
Fair.
Ooh. What's this?
Yes, we are playing first edition. There's a bit of home brewing to it, but it's just difficult because I am playing as the Entropist subclass, so my element
You
is
did this
shifting.
to yourself.
Yeah.
You did this to yourself.
I am aware. This is why Scar is superior. We've got everything laid out so people can just build what they want.
Well,
Also,
it's
hey Viv,
possible to build what
Fear-
I want, but it's just Entropist is weird.
Furyborn.
You're reborn.
Sneak. Anger and frustration. Every time I damage them, my enhancement increases. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, shall we get back into it?
Probably. All right, Paint. Well, Viv's figuring his stuff out. Lizard.
Nope,
No.
not yet.
Where are you going?
He is thinking of a wagon.
A wagon.
A wagon.
Oh, for all of his lizards.
All right, go ahead and roll your percentile. What size wagon? Small, medium, heavy? I'm assuming you want a push cart, basically.
Well, ideally, it'll be one that he can attach to canvas when we get back to the twilight. But in the meantime, he does want to be able to pull it.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be big because, well, he's lizards are teeny tiny. Also, 98.
All right, give me a second. I need to actually look up the price of a wagon, but 98. Because what you want is a cart, in which case, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to carry it, which would normally be 15 gold pieces. Let's see how much they're being mean. Well, that's not too bad. 30 weeks, you find a dealer that's selling something that you're pretty sure that you could pull around yourself for about 30 gold or weeks.
He does want it specifically enclosed. Covered wagon.
Let me see here. Oh, there's also dog sleds. Let's see. How much does a covered wagon cost versus a wagon? How about a dog sled for 40? Because apparently you can just add covers to these. There's no upcharge for coverings, which is weird, but okay.
Does it have wheels?
You can put wheels on them.
Because that is important,
Yeah.
Having the wheels so that way it can actually go more places and fits on the...
You probably
it
want
can
the
be
cart,
cool.
and you probably want to spend the 30 then.
All right.
He was just trying to upsell you to the dog sled because you're a dog. Why wouldn't you want a dog sled? It's made for you.
Rude.
One moment. All right, so 30 weeks.
Yep.
Great. And it is well, covered and, sealed.
Yep, he'll seal it up. He doesn't know exactly what
Okay.
you're using it for, but
Oh, well, if he asks, he'll send along image of the cart with a bunch of lizards inside.
he's going to give you a look and be like, that's going to be difficult. Good luck.
He tilts his head,
They're
sends
small.
a question mark.
They're small, fast little things that tend to squeeze through places that you don't predict them to be able to.
He nods and sends image of the cart with them not able to get out.
I make no promises. The best I can do.
Squints.
Good luck. Thumbs up.
All right, off to Lizard.
So you go to the pet store again. And how many lizards are you getting?
Well, let's see. I've got 24,900 weeks. He said that they were 1 week each.
Yes. Gotta see how many this guy actually has on hand. He has 15 on hand. A variety of types.
Cue the JonTron. I'll take your entire stock.
Yes.
He even says that he has one special breed. It's bright pink.
He will take them all.
You have purchased 15 lizards.
What is this guy keeping them in?
He keeps them in little plastic containers with holes in the top. If you want those, it'll be an extra week each for those containers. They're little enclosures. And if you want a water bowl for each of them and a little hide for them because they need that, it's going to be an extra week. And he'll throw in at that point the substrates they each need for free. Substrate.
So essentially, with all the stuff that he's trying to upsell paint, it'll be 4 weeks each.
Yep.
Paint will give in. And that'll make sure that they don't escape.
That is true, and you will have 15 lizards. One of them will be bright pink.
He's going to look around for other things that the shop has. 'Cause now
Uh,
he's got a whole cart to fill.
Paint has the whole cast of Yoshi's Island.
well, he also has snakes. He also has snails. Well, not snails. What are they called? Hermit crabs. Little critters.
There's a big difference between those two.
Yeah, hermit crab, sorry. Brain decided to delete the word hermit crab and put snail in its place, and it took me a moment to catch back up and be like, wait, what? But yeah, he has some snakes, he has some hermit crabs, because people buy those for some reason, and they actually keep them as pets. Surprisingly common pet. Mice. Hamsters, of course.
Hamster.
Hamster.
Hamster. Well,
Me
here,
and
let's...
Ty go in the same brain cell.
Hamster.
Yeah, I was about to hit that voice clip too. Hamster. Guinea pigs. He has 3 guinea pigs.
Potatoes.
He has a couple of birds.
Fluffy potatoes.
Hmm.
And he has a singular bat.
He will take the bat.
Yay.
The bat is 5 weeks. It is a fruit bat.
Any upgrades on that?
Oh, he says
extra
it
stuff.
needs... He says you're going to want to get a large cage for that. I don't sell those here.
Sky
For a fruit
puppies.
bat?
Yeah, fruit puppy. Sky puppy.
Fruit puppy.
But eventually you're going to want a large cage for that.
So if he doesn't sell them, what is he keeping the bat in?
He has the bat just chilling out in an open area on a peg with a little thing around its ankles. That way it can't fly away. A little leash on its ankle.
Under
Okay.
house arrest.
Paint will take the leash as well.
That works. Not the nicest thing to do, but he's a pet shop. Why does he care?
He'll get a better solution soon. All right, now he's gonna go looking for a cage.
Roll percentiles. Let's see what we got.
$22.
22, and you're probably going to want a huge cage. You find a huge cage that you can assemble for 23 gold weeks, which is cheaper than the 60 weeks it normally would be. It allows you to disassemble
23?
and put it back together. Yes.
Cool. With huge cage. All right, and what else does this particular shop sell?
Cages and enclosures. And fish.
Fibsh.
Fibs.
He
No,
is going.
He's
to...
got one eye, or he's got one fish without eyes. He calls them shh.
Take a point of damage.
Now, you see, I have to ask, does he have any facial hair?
Yes.
Okay, I thought he might. Is it perhaps a goatee?
Maybe
Where are
continue
you
your
going with
joke.
this?
Are you not aware of the proof that English language is a train wreck?
Is it
Do explain.
Okay, well, goatee is proof that English is a train wreck in that how this word is spelt. It is spelt Ghoti.
I have
And
never
the
seen
GH
that
is
spelled
pronounced
that way.
as in the GH of enough, the O as in the O in women, and the TI as in the TI of ignition. GHOTI pronounced as fish.
That's why I stopped paying attention.
Child, why?
Raijin was
Because I
above that
endeavor to
joke.
be an English teacher, and I'm
Yeah.
stockpiling examples of why English is a fucking train wreck.
You're going to be an English teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, neat, and I'm sorry.
Also cool.
Well, no, I don't be so sorry because it's going abroad to teach English is my plan.
Smart plan.
All right,
Because
so,
I don't want to teach English to, children from here because they are actual monsters.
But yes, they have fish.
I'm certain that they have a beta.
They have beta sharks.
Do 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 do.
Not beta fish.
Well, of course they have beta fish. I'm assuming you're
Oh,
talking about the
okay.
little translucent ones.
The ones that you basically have to keep by themselves.
Oh, yes, those. Yes, they do.
Because they like to fight each other.
Well, the men do. The females are fine. Yes, they have beta adjacent fish.
Oh, okay.
But do they have alpha fish?
Side tangent, but fuck Walmart for how they treat those things.
Well, any
Aw.
retailer.
That too.
Um,
Anyways,
surprised you didn't want to go for a beta shark. They're little
Oh.
silvery fish, and they actually last for years.
I was wondering why I heard the duck sound because that card almost never gets played.
Did somebody click the quack?
Huh?
The Geemon has summoned the submarine duck.
Oh dear. What a time.
One of the tanks has a submarine duck floating in it. Labeled as a tank decoration. 2 weeks.
Well, Paint is going to get one of the beta fish for Shoal.
Aw. And of course you need a tank, so how many gallons of a tank do you think you should get?
Well, Paint doesn't know much about caring for fish, unfortunately. So He's probably going to look at the enclosure that they have for it currently and go for something slightly bigger.
They have them in one of those little tiny fish bowls.
Yeah, he'll go with something bigger.
So a fish bowl, got it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you want pebbles.
Well, yes.
So
He's got no idea what he's doing, but he feels like Shoal would like this, so.
So 3 weeks for the fish, 5 weeks for the little aquarium, 1 week for the pebbles, and then you got to get a little chest decoration. A little sea chest.
The kind that open up and bubbles come out.
Yep, for a week. So you're looking about, what was that, 8 or 9 weeks? 3, 2. Yeah, 9 weeks.
Okay. So we got that. He'll add that to his cart. And then he's going to go on a little shopping spree for himself and get a big tank and a whole bunch of different fish.
Just name a denomination. I can tell you if you're looking for like one of those 50-gallon things, it's like 100. Since this is outside of what Pathfinder normally has, like 100 weeks for like a 50-gallon, which is fairly large.
Yeah, we'll go with 50 gallon.
And then I guess however many fish you want to cram in it. In weeks.
He
Go ahead.
he'll take recommendations from the guy and then scale it back a bit because he at least knows that the guy is upselling him tremendously.
Oh, good, because they got fancy air filtration systems and they got the auto cleaners. You probably only want 10 or 15 fish in a tank that size. You can push it to 20 if you really want. And then you're probably spending like 5 weeks on the gravel that goes in the bottom, and you need to aerate it, so that's probably another 20 scales. Or 20 scales, 20 weeks. So like 150 weeks, you'll have a whole setup.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Jesus.
All right, so 50 gallon fish tank with fish. Let's see, what else does Paint want? Because he's been given the card, so all the things that he actually thinks of that he wants are really cheap.
You walk past a meat market.
He is good on meat right now.
Dang. I tried, guys.
Yeah, he already went and bought 50 pounds of meat. Also,
Yeah,
he's got.
Sorry, but did you get feed for all of these little animals?
You're going to need a metric fuckload of bananas.
Well, as far as that goes, he does know that he needs to get at least one of each thing for them, because then he can just take it to Airbayan and have him duplicate it.
You're gonna feed him animal food?
Are you telling me someone hasn't done this before?
Oh, Jesus.
So, I guess, I don't know, 2 weeks for feed for,
Yeah.
just one instance of each
Yep.
for each of them.
Which is bugs for the
Ah.
lizard.
Lizards.
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 And then there's fish feed. They're fish flakes. Yay.
Thankfully, he only has to put a single flake on his tongue.
He has to eat it, though.
It's just
And then enough bananas to convince Eisenhower to invade.
Oh Tyago.
That one snuck up on me like that
What?
election did.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Last is never going to hear the end of this, by the way.
Oh boy. All right. What else there? Are you done in your pet thing?
Well,
Your cart is getting kind of full because that's a lot of stuff to pack into a cart.
is it?
Yes. Do you know
Okay. Well, he does have 3,660 imperfect scales to sell.
how many?
3,660.
Right, 3666. All right, roll percentiles, please.
$71.
Give me a moment here because I've got to do reverse math to get this to be correct. So you're losing that much value. Give me a second. That's come on, Excel. Stop being a butt. Oh, I see. That's why you're being a butt. That's not a multiplication symbol. That's a number 8. You'll get 2,602 weeks as an offer. Wait, I didn't divide that in half first. Sorry. Give me a second. There we go. 1,301 is the offer for those imperfect scales.
Well, I got no idea what they'd be worth anyway, so he'll just take it.
Understood. Anything else you want to pick up?
Well, he thinks, well, it might be good to get a friend for his fruit bat.
You're going to try and find another fruit bat?
They are social
Why not?
creatures.
Roll percentile.
I mean, actually, question era, would mist bats be in the bazaar?
Very unlikely.
30.
Let me see. Fat, find bat. Oh, they're normally 5. Oh, you got to steal that first one. I should have sold them for 5 weeks.
So what is a
4
mist
weeks
bat?
to get another one.
Alrighty. And what does this new pet shop have? Does it have more lizards?
No. It does not. This is an exotic one. So you got things like parrots. And let's see what else.
Well, I mean, it probably has the fancier lizards if it has lizards.
They have
like-
things like parrots. They have little pigs. They have otters. They have monkeys.
Oh,
Hey.
well, I gotta get otters.
They have a flying squirrel. Do you know how bad of an idea otters are as a pet?
Oh, yes, I'm
They-
aware.
They exist in problem-causing mode.
Try having a marten.
Otters are actually labeled
Yeah,
as worse.
Otters are absolutely water martins.
Yeah,
Well, they're all mustelids. It's like ferrets, otters, martids. They are all awful pets. They cause trouble. But the worst one is definitely the marten because, the ferret and the otter can't really climb.
Otters absolutely can climb.
And also, otters know how to use tools.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, I've seen videos warning people of getting an otter. And they also need water, so you have to have... And they make messes. Either rate, they are 16 apiece. There is 3 of them. And the man does sell the specialized water enclosures required for them because they require an entire room to themselves and need to have basically a giant pool. The giant
I
pool
will
is...
see this.
The giant
Otters
pool
are adorable.
is 500 weeks. And yes, otters are adorable.
All right, so got those and the tank.
You are out of room in your cart.
Damn.
Hi, Cosmo. This water thing, actually, you have to put on top of the cart and strap it on. It is that big.
Fair enough. All right, well,
You walked into Paint buying a zoo.
So, I think Paint's good. Overall, he wound up ahead by a little bit.
The worst part is he's going to bring all these animals back to Twilight. Moving them
Yeah.
through the cycle.
All right. I'm never going to hear the end of it. I'm never going to hear the end of it.
And he's gonna go, up to Arabaean and be like, I need more of these. Eat, please.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Are you done, Paint?
Yeah, I'm going to just give myself the point. I'm well aware. But I do need to point out that to one of your regulars, we could describe this in one singular Pokemon, what Zim has just done. To Merle, we could explain this as Zim bought a zoo, Merle.
That's an awful one. Oh, God. Yep.
Oh, it took me a minute.
When I'm out of this game, I'm going to have grilled cheese. That's what I've decided. That's my dinner tonight.
So anyways, I think Paint is good, and we'll be waiting outside the shop for, Last to get back.
So, important question.
Mhm.
Are those river otters or sea otters?
Good question, actually. Both are
For the sake-
terrifying.
For the sake of sanity, make them sea otters because they can just be out in the ocean.
Okay, since you got the ask, high or low there, Key? For them to be ocean.
Hi.
They're ocean otters.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't need
We
to
do.
carve a river into Twilight.
Well, we live on the beach, so,
That's what the canals are for.
We just assume they're ocean otters until they put on a little hard hat and pull out a little clipboard and start checking if everything has railings.
What?
Take your
Ocean otters.
point.
You jest, but it's Twilight. They could.
They're animals.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and remember, Era, there's druids
Okay.
around the beaches. You think they wouldn't just awaken them?
No, because they filled the seas with fake fish.
Yeah, except then the
The god came by and made them real fish.
yeah, the god gave us real fish.
Era, the druids are on drugs 99% of the time.
No, because they
least-
have to speak with animals. They don't need to be awakened. They can have a beach party with the Otter Bros.
Actually, before he leaves the exotic pet shop,
Mm-hmm.
He's going to send along an image to the shop owner of a box, and then his house and the box going on the doorstep.
Can't do deliveries against the rules here, man. Sorry.
Sad panic noises. Okay, now he's at the mechanic shop.
Okay.
Oh. Also, Era, I've ready to do my rolls whenever you are.
Yep, just tell me the item price and we'll get the rolls done. So this was a shopping episode.
I'm so
And
sorry.
half of it was paint.
Paint only took up 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah!
I took a
You're
more
A
difficult
third.
paint.
A third.
Okay, a third
It's
of it was
fine.
paint. Sorry.
It's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
It's
This is great.
fine. What was the value of
I
the first
love
item?
shopping episodes.
50K.
All right, roll them percentiles.
$37.
37. 43,368. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go ahead and DM it to you to make my own life easy.
Thank you.
Also, I partially say it's fine because I also took up a huge amount of time.
That's fine. During your shopping segment, my body decided to hate me. So
Oh,
Kaya,
I'm
What?
sorry.
you're not only the responsible one, you're somehow the easy one.
Yeah, apparently.
Next one is 25.
All right. Capitalism.
Yeah, Kaya is the best
Yay.
among us.
Nah, you're all pretty amazing.
36.
See, here's all those rolls you wanted earlier.
Glad to be getting them now.
21,429. Here you go.
Next one is 40K.
You can't have Warhammer, sorry. Kidding.
47.
47. 38,776. 38,776. 38,776.
And
You know
then
what?
we.
That one's evidently sold by an auctioneer.
Yep.
after this session, Taya should go look in the mirror and remind himself that they are a good being.
I know I'm a good bean.
Yeah, but
And
you're
super
also
cute.
a cute bean, a precious bean.
36 and it's a 38. 36K and it's a 38.
38. 38. 38. 38 gives you 31592.
And then the-
31592. Go ahead.
And then the last item is 9K.
Yes, roll again.
On the least important item. Let's go.
I was hoping. Give another one. Give another one.
Nope.
76. All right, 176. 31,680.
On what item is this?
the decanter.
Oh
Can't
no!
endless water.
Yep.
Oh,
So
Oh,
I'm probably
no.
gonna have Volt make that. I'm not paying 31,000 for that.
In other words, just buy components.
And then I'm gonna go buy that staff for paint.
yeah, that vendor was doing some profiling. Saw Cat Shark and was like, "No, I'm not giving this person endless water. Not allowed."
No, he saw them as like slowly slides over to his sign, slaps on decanter of endless seawater, and puts a new price on it.
Shoal's not that fucking stupid. He has a positive int score, sir.
All right. Does he? All right. The staff was 130,613.
Yeah, I already have that one.
Okay. Congratulations, you have that staff there. Paint. The cat bought you a stick.
He doesn't. He doesn't have it yet, but he's gonna get it when they get back.
The cat's giving the dog a stick. play with this and leave me alone.
An incredibly expensive stick. Could have gotten
Yep.
the stick that turns into a giant log for much cheaper. Instead, got them Blasty Stick.
That's yeah.
This is more
That's-
fun stick.
The more fun stick. Mm-hmm.
Why can I imagine Paint like swinging the rod around like the TikToks of that one dog that got taught how to sword fight and just blasts going every which way?
So
Oh, just doing the Sif thing
you get
with staff.
Oh boy. So last, before that idea propagates any further than it already has, you get back to the shop. How the date went is somewhat up to you, because if you want to stay in that vehicle of his until he literally rams into something and it actually does damage where he has to pop out and fix it really quickly, he'll definitely do that, because he's fine with that. He has this thing for a reason. If you want to go out to a nice dinner, we can always discuss that off the cuff. We don't have to advertise what you all did. We can decide on how many weeks you spent later, if you'd like.
He probably overspent weeks just a little bit because trying to impress a little.
So he's going to eye you after the first time you overspend on something and then bring you to places he knows you can't overspend.
Probably a good idea. Look, he is nervous, all right? He's trying here and maybe trying a little too hard.
It's okay. You're going to have to deal with the dad energy of a man that's pickup lines belong in the 60s.
Yeah, but he's probably heard it all before. So it's fine. Well, okay, there's no way he's heard all of it before. But he's heard similar things before.
And you see a Paint sitting outside the shop with the cart. Strapped on top looks like one of those... Have you seen an animal pool before? Like the ones that they have at the zoo in the corner for you to like pet the animals and stuff like that?
Yeah, petting
Yeah.
zoos.
Yeah, one of those petting zoo reach-in tanks with the fake rock around it and everything. Strapped to the top of a cart.
Only there aren't any horseshoe crabs.
The cart is covered.
So he's coming back. He looks like he had a good time. He hopes whole staff had a good time. Anxiety is currently trying to drag him into its sinister, oily grip. And then he sees this. Paint.
Paint is currently playing with one of the otters.
Eyes slowly trailing Paint and the otter as they play.
Do you need a moment?
Paint.
This looks like trouble. This seems like the kind of thing my kid would do. Here, let's finish it this way. He grabs you, dips you in a kiss, puts you back on your feet, and then says, "I'll be inside." 2-finger salute and we'll start to walk in. See you next time.
See you next time.
Because he thinks somebody's about to get scolded and he doesn't want to be here for it. That looks like a mountain of trouble.
It's going to take a couple minutes for him to recover from that. And then he'll turn his attention back to Paint. You were supposed to get a lizard. Why do you have an entire zoo? Arms outstretched.
He tilts his head.
Where are we going to even keep all of these animals?
Paint blinks and sends along an image of the house.
With what space?
He tilts his head. Clear sign of confusion.
I mean, the house is intended for us and maybe one or two guests. We don't even have a basement.
Paint sends a long image of Doggo last and him looking at the house. We clearly have a focused expression. And then house gets bigger.
I don't. Maybe I would need to discuss with someone who knows better.
Not exactly how it works.
What was that era?
Not exactly how that works.
And he's going to hold a hand out. All right. I need your time card back.
He will give it back.
How much is left on it?
It has more than what he took it from you.
How much is left on it?
25,403 weeks. Because the imperfect scales paid for all of that. And then some.
And he's going to slide the time card away with his own.
I should note Shoal is actively looking for paint now, so
It's fine. You'll run out in front of him from the shop there with this cart. And last.
This is the last time I'm letting you off the leash with money.
Shoal's walking up.
You can see the menagerie that Paint has acquired.
Shoal is just blinking. Chooses
What?
to ignore that entire facet of this encounter.
Lost has adopted the dad stance of just hands on hips, looking down at Paint. The disappointment. Or rather, the exasperation.
Paint. Paint. Paint.
Then Paint looks over at Shoal and then smiles wide and runs over to the cart and pulls out the fishbowl.
I can't fit in that.
Well, he shakes his head and points at the fish inside.
Is that a snack?
He looks shocked. And then tilts his head, shakes his head, and... Friend?
Pet, maybe. Also, when did you start speaking?
Today, apparently, because I decided to go on a date.
Huh. Not what I expected today. Anyway, Shoal's gonna pull out the incredibly expensive staff that he bought for Paint. He's gonna pull it out of his bag.
Paint gives him a, $5 fish. Paint gets car.
Pretty
It's like you Wonder Trade a Magikarp into a legendary.
And it's not even, and it's not a hacked legendary.
I have 30 Lugias.
Yeah, this is a legit max IV legendary.
I saw this on a pretty good sale, and I know you're a kineticist, and you shoot elemental stuff, so here you go. And it's the staff that
Paint.
Paint saw earlier.
Paint is excited.
And
He
even if
runs
it's out of
up.
charges, even if it's out of charges, Paint makes an excellent stick for fetch.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh. Oh.
Paint looks like he's about to do a pounce hug on Shoal, and then thinks better of it, and just kind of bows his head and thanks.
Smug cat shark.
You have tamed the pupper.
You know, he's just learned. Dogs are capable of learning. It just takes a while. And
Sorry about my avatar chat. I have gained +1 cat to lap. I am not close to the camera anymore. So
fair.
you can actually see me petting Kuro.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm gonna go give this belt to Fret, so y'all can meet up whenever y'all are done.
Where are we meeting?
Paint looks at last, very excited. Shows off his stick.
Yes, that is a very nice stick. I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to deal with all of your pets.
I don't know. Take them home on the magic extraplanar bus thingy.
Yes, but we're taking them home.
Yeah.
He looks over to Paint with the stick, puts his hands together. Okay. Thank you, Shoal. This is a very nice gift. It's a very shiny stick. I'm sure it does something fantastic. Paint.
Paint is gonna wave it and let it blast out.
Are you sure?
Just
about
into the
that?
sky.
Okay.
I was going to say, if he aims it anywhere dangerous, snatch arrows.
I don't know if you can snatch a...
It is a ranged attack.
I think if it's a physical blast, you can do it. Technically.
Well, the one out of this is not physical.
Shit.
It's
would need cut from the
specifically,
air.
Oh, the force damage one?
yeah.
In the sky
be
was
kept-
the right answer, by the way.
Yes. It's like, we're going to talk about that, Paint. But first things first, you need to take care of all of those animals. Can you
He nods.
do
He
that?
pulls out he pulls out a small box of various kinds of foods. You know, the insects and all of that.
You do realize, as recallers, we are away for extended periods of time.
He's just boosting the local Twilight pet sitter market.
Now, I don't think they can starve once we get into Twilight, but I wouldn't want to subject them to that. You understand?
He nods. And then
Okay.
thinks for a moment. Goes and grabs his cart and kind of shakes his head for last to follow.
Okay. Just throws up his arms. Very well. You understand the consequences of your actions?
Well, Fret and I are going to go get some more passes after this, so I guess just meet us over by the place where we got our passes.
Right. I should acquire more passes too, I guess. I'm just collecting my thoughts because I just had a wonderful date and now I'm coming back to this.
I don't know what you expected.
Not this.
To be perfectly fair, what you came back to is probably a lot less chaotic than several of the things you could have come back to.
That's true.
Appears.
True. Imagine if he had walked in on Shoal while Shoal was selling items.
True.
That's very true, Volt. I could have come back and Paint just somehow acquired, I don't know, a pet protean. So I'll say all in all,
Paint
this
looks
was a very
contemplative.
Oh, 1 second.
No Proteans.
Hello, how are you today? How was your stream? Still doing Ocarina of Time or back to Team Fight? Had to greet Raider Friendo.
Oh, no problem.
Shoal's just going to point at Paint and go, no Proteans.
Agreed. No proteans. Hard ban.
Sorry, chat. My model is broken even more because my cat has decided my arm is his and he is laid on it. I am now further away from my PC and I cannot use one arm.
A worthy sacrifice.
Do we need to end early?
What do you
No,
mean early?
I'm assuming you guys are going to buy your passes here very shortly, and
Yes.
then I'm going to end because you guys are going to go
Well-
back. So,
Paint has one more thing to buy.
what's that?
He is just going to be thinking about
Them beans.
his pets and just food magically appearing next to them. Automatic feeder.
Automatic feeder. Easy done. Needs to be filled, but you know.
Hold on. No, there is. Let me
Familiar pouch.
hold on a second. What was that?
Are you thinking of the familiar pouch?
I am thinking of that there is specifically a magical item that produces infinite animal feed.
There's one that produces infinite fertilizer.
Yeah,
There
that's
are
called
often
a cow.
Well, there are often homebrewed versions of like the infinite food spoon or whatever, the endless feed bag.
My pocket of infinite chickens.
I do believe that like endless feedback might be an official magic item, though.
It might be.
Well, either way, Paint's just looking for a means of automatically feeding them for when he's away.
Okay.
Well, what I was saying is that you could rig one of those up to an automatic feeder.
Well, congratulations. You're right. The Satchel Plentiful Feed is indeed an actual item.
Wow.
But does it provide food that will feed all of the pets properly?
I don't think there's any one thing that would feed all of these pets.
Yeah, you're going to have to get different ones, but it's stuffed with the overflowing. Well, technically it says hay because it's meant for horses. But technically 2,000 gold pieces per pet, it can produce non-living animals. So the lizards you'd have to get bugs for. But they can also eat vegetables in most cases. So they would be fine. So it would probably be 2,000 weeks. Let me see. Let me roll your
There's
percentiles.
also, I know there's also a larger scale food one that's a 3.5 item. That's called like a provisioning box.
I remember seeing that.
I remember this
23.
because I made my DM very upset with me by doing something completely logical with it. He was kind of similar to this campaign. We were doing a lot of dimension hopping. He had basically thrown us into the Mad Max world. And, local warlord found out that we had food, so he demanded our food because the DM wanted to get rid of my provisioning box. but because it restocks every day, and this wasn't a world that knows what magic is, my character just emptied out the box.
1,500 per animal grouping. So you'll need 4 of them, I believe. So 6,000 weeks to have one of these automatic never-ending feeders per animal. It will not be the best sustenance, but it'll be good enough for when you're not around.
Well, no. I just wanted, the feed, the thing that he restocks and feeds them while he's away.
Okay.
I was just suggesting. I was just suggesting a permanent solution.
30 weeks per one, and you're probably going to need several. The fish one is easy. You only need one for the fish one, but you're probably going to need a few for the lizards and the one for each bat. So 1, say 3 for the lizards. That's probably fine. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times whatever I said, which is 30 is what I said. Yes, 9 times 30. 270 weeks?
Works for me. Still came out
Also-
ahead.
Random side tangent. Hey Zim, are you
Yes.
familiar with what the spell repulsion does?
I am. I did look at that.
Isn't that spectacular?
It is.
Combined with the belt, we're never gonna
Yes!
get to go anywhere.
Oh my gosh. And you can put it out to an 80-foot radius.
All right. So, any other shopping things? Because we're getting close to time here.
Just the
That's it for paint.
just
I
the
did
the
did we do
numbers.
the soft paw boots yet?
You did not say
Oh.
anything about the soft paw boots yet.
Okay, they're just 25 GP, and I'm just looking for some that will actually fit Shoal.
Go ahead and roll your percentiles. We'll
I was
finish
looking
out.
at my shopping list, and I realized I didn't ask.
Yep. 8.
Wait, Viv, why aren't you getting the Daredevil soft paws?
I don't even remember what those do.
15 gold pieces.
Here, Viv, let me link you the thing.
To be fair, these boots aren't
Nice.
these are clothing items, not wondrous items.
Oh, well, what I just linked you is a wondrous boot item.
See, I wanted the soft paws because I get a bonus to stealth.
Yeah, the Daredevil soft paws are acrobatics boosting.
I don't even know if I have good acrobatics. I mean, I do because I have Dex.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly not a class skill.
But yes, I looked it up, by the way. The original price for the passes are 6 weeks per pass.
Mhm.
So you guys can purchase as many passes each as you would like.
Okay.
For how much?
6 weeks,
6 weeks
per
per.
pass.
So a month and a half per.
Yep, these get cheaper if you
Uh.
have a bus station, but they call them a bus
We
station.
don't have
Buses
one
don't
yet.
actually come.
Yeah, but it's a term that a lot of people understand.
All right. What's the maximum number of passes we can have?
There isn't.
Oh.
So may I ask why we're buying more passes if we
It's for the secondary benefit of them of having a significant amount, potentially giving you a buffer against being consumed by nothingness.
Well, I can buy a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just buying 100 passes.
I'm not telling the mechanics of how many or how long you get per pass, but
It is a thing that Mr. Greenflame did mention, though.
yes.
Even if it is a very insignificant amount, it could still mean the difference between unexisting or not.
All right, I will get 100 too, or 100 as well.
I will buy 1,000 passes.
God.
Jeez.
And
I will get 104 passes because I don't want to have weeks in my inventory.
I'm going to remind people. Well, I should note that these are non-refundable.
That's fine.
I guess
Well,
you
we
guys
can
are
also
technically immortal, so
Shoal can give them to other people, though.
true.
Yeah.
though, hey Shoal, could you spot me a little bit for a significant amount of passes?
Sure.
Okay.
How much do you want?
I mean, I'd like 1,000 too. If
Okay, I'll take another 6,000 off my thing.
6,000.
It's 1,000 passes at
Yep.
6 weeks per pass.
That
So
is correct.
I can do basic math.
My brain shut off. I've got a cat in my lap. Okay, the cat
That's
is
fair.
being a
Fair enough.
distraction. I took my
Alright.
arm back, and now he's mad at me.
Oh.
Did I say you could stop?
Oh
No, he literally laid on my arm, so I pulled my arm out from underneath him, and then he readjusted to my lap, and he keeps on pawing at my arm like, no, this belongs under me. And I'm like, buddy, please stop. Ow. You got claws too.
Adorable.
Sorry, buddy. We'll stop trying to lay on my arm.
Okay, and that's all that Fred wants.
Neat.
Hell yeah.
Is it safe to assume you guys are going to go gather up at the Green Hill?
Yes.
You guys gather, and one of the guides will walk up, and he'll pause for a moment as he sees somebody coming. It is the god of the Green Flame, except he's a shorter man now, maybe 5 feet tall at most, carrying a surfboard, board shorts, still no shirt, jacked, and now he kind of reminds you of somebody's grandpa. Long red beard, long red hair, just walks up, wearing sunglasses, gives the hang 10 finger waggle and goes, all right, let's go. The guy goes, you too? And he goes, no shit. He goes, you're really the guy holds up a finger and goes, that's a great way to get destroyed. Do not call me short. Had enough of that in my mortal lifetime. Go. The guy just kind of looks at you guys and looks down at the Green Flame and starts walking.
Fred
It is
just follows along.
awkwardly silent now that you got the Green Flame with you, like the nothing itself is afraid of him.
I imagine it would be.
You guys get out on the other side in front of Twilight, and that is where we're going to end for tonight. Oops.
This is only like the third time that we've brought home an eldritch entity.
How many times have you guys violated that rule now?
Yeah, way too many.
Too many to count. It doesn't matter anymore.
Third time we brought one home, but there was also the other one that was basically invited.
I mean, to be fair, Entropion just sort of followed.
No, he's talking about the Brand Dragon just shoving their way through the mirror.
Yeah, so we brought back Whispers, we brought back Entropion, we brought back the Brine Dragon. So this is at least number 4.
Well, we didn't bring back the Brine Dragon. The Brine Dragon got invited.
We are still responsible for it.
No, the Brine
Fair.
Dragon
So this is
invited
still at
himself,
least number
technically, but
4.
yes, this is number 4. So
They can't prove Shoal did that.
they
They don't need to.
I wonder whose fault this is. The cleric of the dragon that visited here and tried to kick our god's ass?
Meanwhile, my brain is just like 2 more times and I get a free Sunday.
All right, I'm gonna raid out. I'm done with this. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Hopefully, you drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, take better care of yourselves out there, fellow adventurers. Like, subscribe, yada yada blah, and have a wonderful night. Over in Twitchland, I'm sending you over to Razim since they are going to keep going. YouTube land, bye.
Stay cute, everyone.